breaking bullet on ice. The place will be rocking 'cause it's Saturday night. The place will be rocking, baby. It's Saturday night.
From the Richmond Ice Center in Richmond, BC, here's your host, Ron Blake!
Shot of downtown Toronto. First, a big thank you to the Richmond Atom A1 Blues. They play in the Greater Vancouver Tier 1 Atom Division. They've got a couple of silver medals won already this year. And I know the team's really looking forward to Port Moody, a huge tournament beginning on December 27th. Thanks, kids, for a great start to hockey tonight. The Toronto Maple Leafs host the Chicago Blackhawks for the one and only visit this year. Chicago did beat TO 3-1 at the United Center earlier in the season. Chicago won this week 3 times, scoring 19 goals. They're far and away the biggest offense in the NHL, and they face Toronto, who's got a good power play at home. We've also got Montreal and the New York Islanders. An early telecast this evening coming up from snowy Uniondale, New York. That will be seen by viewers in Quebec City. So, later tonight, by the way, for the kids in Richmond, your Vancouver Canucks host Boston. I know you're really looking forward to that. That's game 2 of the doubleheader tonight on a triple-header day. For us, happy holidays, and let me tell you this. When Chicago, who roll into Toronto, won the Stanley Cup in 2010, who was their leading scorer? PJ Stock, Glenn Healy, Kevin Weeks, and Elliot Friedman. Tied with Dustin Byfuglien with 11 goals, it was Patrick Sharp. When they won the Cup last year, Chicago Blackhawks, who was their leading scorer with 10 goals? It was Patrick Sharp. The Thunder Bay kid now has 6 20-goal seasons, 3 30-goal seasons, and Kelly Rudy has put a microphone on Patrick. So let's just find out what the sharpshooter from Thunder Bay is saying with Kelly Rudy at Air Canada Centre, Toronto. Kelly.
Thanks, Ron. Hey, Patrick, what makes playing in Toronto such a special game for you?
It's pretty cool, you know, the sick atmosphere out here right now, and growing up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, I always watch the Leafs, especially on Saturday night, so it's fun to be a part of this.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, what do you focus on in warm-up? Do you like to focus on one particular thing, or what do you try and get out of warm-up?
As a forward, I just try to make sure my sticks are feeling good. You know, spend all day trying to get the body and the legs moving, but right now I just want to worry about making good passes and make sure my shot's pretty hard.
Now here's a chance to talk about the unsung hero on the team. I know you're a team filled with stars. Who's somebody that you guys really rely upon but doesn't get a lot of credit?
I think there's 2 guys. One guy up front is Brandon Saad. I know he gets a little bit of credit, but this guy's going to be a star in the league one day, if he isn't already. And on the back end, I think I got to say Nick Leddy. Watch this guy skate tonight. He's an unbelievable skater, and he's only getting better. Cool.
Hey, the power play is on fire. Why?
I think it's been the same 5 guys on each unit all season long, so consistency is key. But we got 5 guys that want the puck, they all want to shoot it, and that's where it starts. Hard shots from the point, and good traffic in front.
All right, thanks, Patrick. Have a great game.
All right, Kelly, thank you.
Ron.
Excellent, Patrick. And Kelly, as you know, that point shot is often Patrick Sharp's. He's really something else back there. Elliot, if you look at this as a mismatch, where does it begin for the Hawks in their edge over the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, Randy Carlyle was angry at his team after the game in St. Louis. He referred to their play as brain dead, and he joked this morning they can't be brain dead. And here's one of the reasons why. You look up and down the forward lines. These are the lines that on Thursday night's game, and we know there'll be one change for Toronto because Clarkson's suspended, but from first line on down, the differential in terms of goals this year. Toronto's first line is very good, but when you get down to the fourth line, you see the advantage, and if that doesn't even count the defensemen. So if you're the Maple Leafs, you've got to be careful, and you've got to be defensively minded.
They get outshot by almost every team in the league, the Leafs do. And now they got the Hawks coming in. This could be dangerous. You know what? One positive. This is a little bit of a positive thing here. Diafanov sat out the last 2 games. I know he was suspended, but sometimes sitting out in the middle of the season when it's not an injury is. I know he doesn't want me to hear that because he had to lose some money, but you get to watch the game from a different angle. It's not like watching it on video. He's up top, and he's picking out little things, seeing where there's more time on the ice, seeing how plays develop. He's going to have his hands full tonight because I don't know who he's lined up against, whether it's going to be Sharp or Kane or Taves or Hossa or Saad. It's going to be a tough night for the Toronto D.
Well, the coach is set up with him, too, and they're going to make changes to their D-core tonight because of the fact that they haven't really played well. And, you know, the one thing you have to know when you play Chicago, they play fast, and they start the game, so there's no surprise. They don't sneak up on you and go, oh, I didn't know they were this fast. I didn't know they were this deep. They pressure you all over the ice. It's both forwards. This is off a lost draw, and it's the defense jumping in the rush. It's absolutely every part of their game. And Sharp talked about their power play having 2 different units. Like, they are an impressive team. So, Toronto, last week you played the St. Louis Blues. Pretty good team. Here's your problem. Get out of your own zone. Almost half of the first period where you're letting St. Louis dance around, cycle the puck. Okay, that's ugly for the start of the game, and that could paint the whole picture for the game tonight. But if you let Chicago do it, and you let Chicago do it for 26 minutes and 54 seconds, in this game, that would be suicide. You will not have a chance, and you'll be outshot.
What happened? They were so good against Los Angeles despite a 3-1 defeat.
They played in the other end, and they didn't sit there and chase the puck around like they had running shoes on. They got aggressive.
Chicago.
Well, Chicago, I mean, take your pick, but let's start with Patrick Sharp, and let's revisit what he brings to the table. For me, the turning point for Patrick Sharp's career was All-Star Game down in Raleigh a few years back, and he was the All-Star Game MVP. And for that, for my money, really catapulted him to the level that he's been at since then. Talked to him this morning. Chris Versteeg specifically said he feels like Patrick Sharp is even better than he was when they won the Cup a few years back because he feels he hangs on to the puck longer, he makes more plays, and he's not the one-shot pony that everybody thinks he is.
David Amber, you're looking at the warm-up. What do you see as the key to tonight?
Well, all day here, it's been a contrast of moods, Ron. I mean, you look at the Hawks, you heard from Patrick Sharp. They're happy to be here. They're excited to play in front of their friends and family. The Leafs, I talked to one player this morning. He said, listen, we are truly feeling the intense pressure of underperforming. 2 wins in their last 10 games. Head coach Randy Carlyle, like Elliott said, he is preaching discipline. David Clarkson suspended for the 2nd time this year. The Leafs now suspended 5 times for a total of 19 games. That leads the National Hockey League. That's what cost Clarkson this last 2-game suspension. As well, only 2 teams have been shorthanded more than the Leafs this year. Randy Carlyle says against this team, if we're not disciplined, we will be in big trouble. The Hawks have scored power play goals in each of their last 7 games. So that's one theme to keep an eye on tonight. Should be a fun time here at the ACC, Ron.
Patrick Kane, a 7-game point streak during that run with 2 goals and 12 assists. Bob Cole with Kelly Rudy and Glenn Healy will be down at Air Canada Centre for that one. Now in Uniondale, the Islanders, who've got just 1 win in their last 12 games, take on the Montreal Canadiens coming off a West Coast road trip. And since the trade, what have you seen, Elliott? Matt Molson leaves for Thomas Vanek.
Well, it's almost unfair to Vanek because people are looking at the thing and saying, wow, look at how terrible their record is since Vanek got there. And he was hurt for some of it. But, you know, the deal for Molson, he was such a popular player in that room. He was Tavares' best friend. It came out of nowhere. There was never any conversation really about extending Molson. And I do think that's had a real effect on that group of guys. They love Molson, and he's not there. And I think those players were kind of in shock. And he had the injuries on defense and goaltending. I think the whole thing has just been a snowball.
Because he lost his BFF. That's why they're not a good team.
Okay, hold on. You can mock me all you want for saying that, but are you not going to tell me that you haven't seen situations where players who were very popular in the room got dealt out of nowhere and had a negative effect on a team?
No, this is what I haven't seen. A team like the Islanders, they are 0-16-3. If they don't score 3 goals or more, they don't win a game. So if I'm Montreal, play well defensively and rattle them with your power play, and you'll win this hands down.
I agree with Elliott's point of view.
Totally, but there's no. You brought in Vanek, but at the same time, they have no one else that scores anyways.
I just think Mark's straight. I think again that quarterback, you know, the captain. Now you put the captaincy on John Tavares, and he can handle it. But do you want to touch on Tavares just a little bit?
Well, there's just no supporting cast. I mean, he's got 37 points, and then it just you got Okposo and Franz Nielsen with in the 20 points wise, and then it just drops off. Vanek to 22, but goes all the way to Bailey at 10. There's just no supporting cast. And you know what, Montreal, quick note on this game, they're looking at this team, and you know what, they haven't scored. They scored 1 goal in the last minute of the game against Philadelphia, lost 6-0, then 2-1, and they're looking at the Islanders and their goaltending. They have no one has a save percentage over 900 and a goals against average over under 325. So it's one of those games where you think you can open the floodgates, but pay attention because one guy like Tavares can change things.
All right, I know you want to talk a little bit about Markov, the birthday boy, and PK Subban, as well as Max Pacioretty, but Thomas Plekanec right now. Let's head down to Gary Galley in Uniondale with Thomas.
All right, Thomas, last 2 games you guys have been having trouble scoring some goals. What do you guys have to do collectively as a team to try to create more goals?
We got to get back to our forecheck. We've got to be much better in that. We've got to be a much tougher team to play against, and it starts with the forecheck in the offensive zone.
Now, the last time you played Sidney Crosby, you got under his skin. You won all the face-offs. You could see you guys jawing at one another. Is that kind of the same game plan tonight against John Tavares, if you could help it?
No, not at all. And it wasn't even a plan against Crosby, but sometimes the game's played away, so we'll see how it's going to work out tonight.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Ron.
And heels.
Two most important players for me for Montreal tonight. I'm going to go with the birthday boy Markov and Subban. And the reason I'm going with them is Markov's the shutdown guy. If he shuts down John Tavares, it's over for the Islanders. And for me, Subban, okay, the power play for Montreal, it goes through him. Whether it's his big shot, which he's only had 2 of in the past 2 games, or it's a rebound because you can't control the rebound with this guy's shot. Not a power play goal in 6 games. That has to change tonight against a team that they can take advantage of.
Leading scorer in the American Hockey League, 20-year-old Mississauga native, plays his first NHL game.
Plays his first NHL game, and they need him. They need Ryan Strome to come in and play his game. You talked about it as a rookie leading the American League in scoring right now down in Bridgeport, and he put up huge numbers in Niagara for the Ice Dogs playing in the OHL. Savvy player, tremendous hockey IQ, plays with a certain rhythm to his game, and he can pass the puck as well as he can shoot it. They need offense. You talked about Tavares needing help. Maybe it comes in the form of him.
And a nifty guy for them is Kyle Okposo.
Okposo's been a beast so far this season. He's played very well, power forward type player, very similar to Van Riemsdyk, both auditioning for a role on Team USA in Sochi. Watch for him down around the net. He plays on that top line right wing along with Tavares. Very skilled guy. He likes to bang. Very skilled player.
Definitely got the hands like TJ Oshie for sure. So he's got goals in back-to-back games, and he is standing by in Uniondale with Gary Galley. Gary.
All right, Kyle, always a danger coming off a long road trip, especially out west coming home your first game. Have you guys discussed that prior to coming into this one?
Yeah, well, we can't fall into that trap. We know that, it's kind of a sucker game, and a lot of teams come out flat, and we're just looking to avoid that and come out strong here.
You guys have had some great chemistry, your line. What is it? What do you think the one thing that you as a line do so well that makes you so hard to defend?
Well, I think both those guys, Tommy and Johnny, have such good offensive instincts, and they're so hard to play against down low. And once we take care of our own end, we're pretty tough to stop.
Good luck tonight, Kyle. All right, back to you, Ron.
All right, Gary, we'll have more of our coverage of the 2 games from Toronto and New York. By the way, Evgeny Nabokov came back tonight, and that's how he makes his Snow Angel return. Can anything go right for the Islanders? More in a moment.
Studio 42, it's Hot Stove Tonight.
Sean Thornton receives 15 games for the attack on Brooks Orpik, and I'm joined by Elliot Friedman and Glenn Healy. Heels, you want to start on that?
Yeah, one word, appeal. That's what's going to happen, I think. Hey, you can argue about the act, about the injury, and you can debate it and say it's too much or it's not enough. Sean is probably the poster boy for what is right in fighting. He does everything by the rules and follows the code, except here. And so, there are a couple factors, though, I think that the league takes into consideration sympathetically. One, Orpik, this may cost him the Olympics. Mr. Olympian that wants to go, he probably isn't going to get a chance to go. And the other issue that's not being whispered too loudly is he's a free agent at the end of the year. And, would you sign him to a long-term deal if you've got this history of concussions? So there are a lot of factors with this.
I think also that, with where we're going lawsuit-wise, I think the league is probably looking at this and saying, look, if a guy is injured in a fight, he better be a willing combatant. And I think that is part of this. I think the Bruins and Thornton are really angry right now because it got out before the team was told and the player was told. So I think there's a lot of raw emotion in this one as they have 48 hours to wait and decide the appeal.
Do you think the Ray Emery fight with Braden Holtby, there was not a lot out of that, and this one's a little different, where they finally are starting to get that as a new trend where guys are going after guys?
I think that is a factor. I think you can't have that happen too often. I mean, you know what goes, Ron. If a player is injured, the eye on suspensions is much differently. Orpik was seriously injured. Holtby wasn't.
Holtby fought, too. I mean, maybe unwillingly, he got led into it, but he did take off Emery's helmet and he did throw some punches.
The league and the Players Association went to Sochi, Glenn.
Yes, last week, the league, Players Association, and the venues, they're screaming about how great they are. They're fantastic. It should be noted that the reason that the rosters are being announced so much later than what is done in the past, NHL and the WIHF have an agreement between themselves. Well, it's the 4 European teams that are saying, oh, no, we don't have an agreement with you, so we want longer to watch and scout some of our non-NHL players that play in the KHL, for instance. And it's going to create a little bit of a problem for travel because next week the NHL and the NHLPA will meet discussing travel. 3 charters out of New York, 1 charter out of Atlanta. How do we get all our players there?
Calgary.
Well, I think the people are wondering about the timing this week, and I think the reason that the change was made now is because Buffalo has some interest in some people that I think Calgary also really likes, and one of them is Jim Benning. I believe, though I can't confirm, that permission has been asked and granted for Benning to talk to the Calgary Flames. You know, Joe Nieuwendyk I don't think is going to be involved. I don't think he wants to move his family from Dallas, so I think you're going to hear some other names. Buffalo's also asked permission for Mike Futa, who I think Calgary will ask for, although LA to this point has not granted it. The Toronto guys who worked with Burke, Loisel and Poulin, and Lawrence Gilman from Vancouver, who's been a friend of Burke's for a while, might get an interview there too.
Yeah, you're going to have someone who works well with Brian. Brian's going to be hands-on. I'm not surprised they made the change. When you look at Ryan O'Reilly, that offer sheet, when you look at Jerome McGinley, when you look at two goaltenders that they took and thought, well, they're the best outside the NHL, they're just, you don't know what they are, really. So I'm not surprised with that, and I also wouldn't be surprised, you know, a lot of leads blown, and so Brian Burke is probably taking a real close look at the coaching staff. And I'll give an example. A game against the Chicago Blackhawks, where it is a 2-2 game with 24.5 left to go, and Sven Barchi is on the ice. Okay, that can't happen. Not against Chicago, not late in the game, and that's one of the reasons that leads have been blown, and it's the coach's decision to put players on.
You know, Elliot, it looks like a preemptive strike by Brian Burke to get a GM, but I also wondered about a trade. I wondered if, as acting GM, he is in the market to make a blockbuster trade.
Not now, because he's in his trade freeze.
Of course, yeah.
But I do believe they were going to meet.
Has he not learned from the Toronto 4 years missing the playoffs?
I do believe they're going to meet after the World Juniors to discuss all this stuff. A couple quick ones. Yep. Carolina's backup goalies could have been Peters. Don't be surprised if one of them is dealt soon. And also, Edmonton traded Jason LaBarbera today. The next Oiler trade, wouldn't be surprised if it's an AHLer, Linus Ullmark.
Glenn Healy's on his way to the Air Canada Centre. We've got the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks into Toronto. That's one of our 2 early telecasts, and the New York Islanders host the Montreal Canadiens. Still ahead on Hockey.
Everybody's so passionate about hockey, but I think we all really come together and really get to see a lot of people, a lot of great athletes that obviously don't get as much press or much publicity as we do, and you see them performing at this level, and they've worked so hard to get there in a different sport. It's pretty special. You know, Vancouver was pretty tremendous on some of the things that had happened, especially for Canadians, and it'd be pretty remarkable to be a part of something like that and say you're a Canadian Olympian, not just a Canadian hockey player.
Hey, I contributed. I remember that kid. He's in the NHL now.
And they said, well, what are these? And I said, power cookies.
I knew that skating rink was the symbol of who he would become someday.
Maybe it was my sauce. Maybe that's what made him the best player in the world.
It takes a real team of people to help you get there.
When Mike Babcock had Jonathan Toews on his shutdown line in Vancouver, he always used the saying, 33 million Canadians will attend every game. Canadian Tire, in a similar vein, launching the next phase of We All Play for Canada, and there's the information. Jonathan Toews will have a great photo on Coach's Corner, by the way, a jacket Jonathan Toews has sent to Don. Chevrolet IDES now, and Andy Petrillo. Andy.
Ron, sticking with the Canadian theme, 3 Canadian teams in action earlier today, and the Dallas Stars taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Entertaining game. We saw at 1.3 goals in less than 2 minutes. But thanks to Anthony Paluzzo taking a 5-minute major in game misconduct, the Stars pulled away on the power play. That was Jamie Benn's second of the game. Then Seguin would get his second of the game as well, as they would go on to win this one 6-4. And Colton Sevier from Red Deer, Alberta, scored in his first career NHL game. He's also still the leading goal scorer in the AHL as well. LA Kings, Ottawa Senators. The Kings would score 21 seconds into this game, and at one point right here, Anze Kopitar putting them up 3-0. Craig Anderson would get the pull. Jarrett Stoll would get the cushion here for them, because Ottawa would fight back to make it 3-2, but 5-2 the final for Los Angeles in this game. And finally, Calgary Flames taking on the Buffalo Sabres. No score in the first and second period. They'd exchange one in the third, so they'd have to go to the overtime. Matt Stajan would get the OT goal, second win in a row for the Calgary Flames, second OT win in a row for them as well. And in fact, Ron, first time Calgary has won in Buffalo in 17 years.
All right, Andy, you know, Scotty Bowman has a lot of great ideas. One of the neatest things he ever said was Wendell Clark is the fastest 6 seconds of anything ever in hockey, whether it's a flurry of fists, whether it's jumping into a forecheck, or whether it's getting off a wrist shot. He's getting ready for the big house January 1st. Let's go down to David Amber at ACC. Dave.
All right, thanks so much, Ron. He's been patiently waiting for this moment as we reveal the alumni teams. The appetizer, I guess, to what's going to be a great entree, and a pretty good appetizer as well, Wendell, with 2 alumni games, the Red Wings and the Leafs, on December 31st.
Well, it's great. We got so many guys between the 2 teams and all the organization, the 2 organizations. So there's a ton of guys that want to play. It's going to be a lot of fun, both games. And Ron, my shifts will be 6 seconds long.
Yeah. And here are some of your teammates that you can be excited about. This is the first alumni game.
Yeah, the first lineup with Danny Dew and Mark Osborne, Billy D. Mazey's playing there, so that defense, a little more defensive core on the first game. I think we got the offensive guys.
And then you're going to be headlining in the second game. And look at that line, Vive Sittler, and that might be pretty neat.
I might not see the puck with those 2 guys. I don't know. And then you got Dougie and Chucky there, so, and with Darcy, so, and Gary and Russ, so it'll be great in the defense.
It's pretty good.
These guys are all offense, so hopefully they just keep carrying it all night.
Who are you most excited to be playing with?
Just all the guys. It's great between the 2 lineups, Detroit's and our 2 lineups. Just it's going to be old home week, walking around the dressing rooms. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing the guys and running into everywhere you go. It's going to be old faces and
last week at a Comerica, they're getting ready. The Wings are ready. How are you preparing?
Well, I'm doing over and backs because it's only 80 feet wide where we're skating now. So it's good. I'm doing over and backs first. I don't want to go all the way down the ice yet, but watching these guys skate, they got a few guys that just finished playing, so. We're going to have to be ready, or you might see the first alumni trap game.
Listen, you were one of the most popular Leafs here in front of 16, 18, 20,000 fans when you played at the Gardens or the ACC, but what about out in front of 50, 60,000 fans? What are you expecting?
Well, it was great. We were always hated in 20,000 people in Detroit. Now we get to go on the ice and be hated by 48,000 people, I think. So it's going to be a lot of fun out there.
Wendell, thanks so much. You can, of course, see these rosters on CBCSports.ca. Tickets still available. Catch this guy back on the ice, Wendell Clark. Thanks so much.
Should be great. Thanks.
All right, Ron.
Going to be a brilliant day. That's the 30th for the alumni at Comerica, and of course the Big House will have the Winter Classic. Elliot, big game now. Stanley Cup champs roll into Toronto.
You know, the other night they played Dallas, and Jim Nill said Chicago's forwards were getting back before the defensemen were. They're so in tune right now. Judging from the skate, it looks like the Ranger-Fraser pair is out tonight for Toronto.
Playing off that, talked to Jonathan Toews this morning. The thing he told me, I said, why do you guys play so well defensively? Weeksy, you want to get the puck back. That's what we do.
Toronto, take whistles. Don't let Chicago get into a rhythm. So we'll try and slow the game down that way. And the Montreal Islander game, first goal. First goal wins the game there.
Duncan Keith has dibs on the Norris Trophy right now. He's the best in the NHL, and with 129 goals, the Chicago Blackhawks are the #1 offense. So it's a lot for Toronto, who have dropped 3 in a row, or trying to get on track this evening as we get set for action at Air Canada Centre. Because it's the only visit of the Stanley Cup champions, you can imagine the buzz. And one other factor, the West's dominance of the East. 118, 49, and 20 right now, the West. So it's the champs against Dion Phaneuf in Toronto. Plus, we've got Montreal, New York Islanders for viewers in Quebec. Right now, back to Richmond, British Columbia.
There's a full night of hockey ahead. Stay tuned. Hockey Night in Canada is next.
It's Saturday night. The place will be rocking, baby. It's
of Hockey Night in Canada in association with the National Hockey League.
Be true or be gone. You're only fooling yourself. No life that you can't live and tear it apart. of the United States and Newfoundland. And Willis, coast to coast, and here we go. Oh, what a save coming in 2-on-1. Pass, shot, shoots, scores. Magic.
They're all ready for the face-off.
A captivating shot right off. All over the line. He scores.
Nationwide from Toronto and New York, and later on Vancouver. First, our thanks to Bashab Bulat from Toronto with the beautiful song Tall, Tall Shadows. The Stanley Cup champions 2010, 2013, and a huge group of supporters in to Air Canada Centre to see the Hawks' lone stop in TO this season. You can see it's very Christmassy everywhere we go. Lots of Montrealers always make the trek to Uniondale. It's the New York Islanders hosting the Habs for viewers in Quebec. The rest of the nation will convene at Air Canada Centre in Toronto. And then later on this evening, Boston Bruins, first time into Vancouver since the Game 7, 2011. They are both playing really well right now. Bruins have won 4 in a row. Vancouver's won 6 straight, 2 back-to-back shutouts. They are right now 6th in the Western Conference, just 2 points into the playoffs, and yet they are on a tear. So 3 terrific telecasts for you as we have 11 sleeps until the big man makes his ride from the North Pole. Let's get to Air Canada Centre. David Amber. David.
Hey, Ron, remember when the Leafs were fighting for first in the East? Well, that's a distant memory. 3 straight losses. They now have settled into 8th in the Eastern Conference. And their head coach, Randy Carlyle, says they have to be way better, way more disciplined right now. Thursday's loss against St. Louis, he said the team were brain dead. It will be big trouble against the Chicago Blackhawks if they repeat that performance tonight against the Hawks team that's beaten them 8 straight times and comes in riding a 3-game winning streak. David Clarkson suspended. He's out. Troy Bodie draws in. Mark Fraser, Paul Ranger, a combined -5 in the last loss. They sit as well. John Michael Lyles draws in for the Leafs, who look to turn things around. Let's head out to Uniondale now. Mark Lee with more on the Habs and the Isles. Mark.
David, the Canadians have gone cold like the weather since their 10-game run, and so Michel Therrien has shuffled his lines again. They were shut out by LA, lost 2-1 to Philadelphia this week, so Michael Bournevel comes into the 3rd line tonight, and Ryan White is a scratch. They'll still go with Carey Price in goal again tonight. The Islanders have 1 win in their last 12 games. They've become a 1-line scoring team, and so tonight Ryan Strome makes his NHL debut, fresh from tearing it up in the American League. They hope he'll add some secondary scoring. And Evgeny Nabokov is back in goal for the Islanders after missing nearly 4 weeks with a groin injury, so that's good news for the Isles, who've been awfully scrambly in their own end. Peter Regan is back into the lineup on the 4th line tonight, and Colin McDonald is a scratch. Ron?
Mark with Gary Galley at Uniondale this evening, and we will have Glenn Healy between the benches, Kelly Rudy upstairs with Bob Cole. All you need is a red light and the sound that a crowd and a play caller makes. Tall, Tall Shadows coming up.
This portion of Hockey Night in Canada on CBC is brought to you by the Hyundai Tucson. Capability of an SUV with the fuel efficiency of a car.
6 battle the Hawks, their only visit into the ACC this year. The Leafs looking to do something they haven't done since 2003, and that is beat Chicago. They're going to have to keep an eye on the 2 Patricks. Kane and Sharp have been dynamic of late. They've combined for 5 goals and 11 assists during the Hawks' 3-game winning streak. A crazy day here in Toronto, the first real snowstorm of the year. I know they laugh at everyone in Toronto throughout Canada about how we handle the snow, but there was a legitimate amount, over a foot of snow. And it's also causing a little bit of havoc here. There's been an employee situation, a labor situation. Many of the ACC regular employees are not here to set up the rink today at the ACC. A lot of the players were complaining about choppy ice conditions here in Toronto, so that's something to keep an eye on. Maybe, just maybe, that will slow down the Chicago Blackhawks, because right now nothing is slowing down the top team in the National Hockey League, looking to repeat as Stanley Cup champs. The Leafs and the Hawks, in just a matter of moments, we will be dropping the puck, but of course, first we have to get to your national anthems. And with help to do that, we send it up to the PA announcer, Andy Frost.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise, remove your hats, and join Caitlin Kozel in the singing of our national anthems.
Oh, can you see
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
All right, moments away from puck drop. Let's get up to the broadcast booth. Bob Cole, Kelly Rudy, Glenn Healy with your call. Gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight, the Chicago Blackhawks are in town, and what a test for the Maple Leafs this will be. The Stanley Cup champs have scored 129 goals. That's the best. Chicago is first overall at 51 points. Antti Ranta, 24-year-old rookie from Finland. This is just his 8th game. He is 5-0-1. Jonathan Bernier hopes to get the Leafs back on track with a win tonight. Leafs have lost 3 in a row. The referees for the game, that's Greg Kimberly, and with him, Tim Peel. Andy McElman and Mark Schuchik are the 2 linesmen. Chicago starting with a big line. Taves, Hossa, Sharp, Seabrook, and Keith are the 2 defensemen. The Maple Leafs. Phaneuf is back. Carl Gunnarsson alongside. And the Clements starts at center with Kuhlman and D'Amico. Into the Leaf zone, and Gunnarsson on the puck first, lifted off the boards and gets the puck out. Kuhlman knocked it in a little deeper. D'Amico went in after it, tried to center it, couldn't do it. Gets another chance at it behind the net. Looks back, dropped it there. Nobody in the corner for Toronto. And the Chicago Blackhawks just clear the zone. Hossa just tapped it, and that was broken up, brought back in by Kuhlman of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He gets in behind the goal, left the puck there, had some help, but nobody could make a play really. And Chicago, post-checking team, they can score too. They've got everything going. This one is deflected wide of the net, and Taves, the captain, tried to backhand the puck ahead to get it out and didn't. Seabrook waits for Chicago to make the change. The Leafs are changing also. Kadri was up on the forecheck. Now Gardner has to hurry back. Tapped in behind the net for Chicago by Bogey. On the boards on the other side, Kruger, he knocked it in behind the Toronto net. Leafs get a hold of it. Can they move it out though? Chicago forechecking well. Kruger was knocked down. Play goes right on. And Chicago's Hjalmarsson brought it through the middle with a pass. Dumped in a little too far for anybody to pick up. Too far for Smith. He was the closest to it. Here's Kadri Up to center, a little bit of room maybe. Couldn't find it to get in there along the boards around the defenseman. The youngster Riley got the puck out. The Leafs get it in. Kadri again made a good move. He's knocked down. That's going to be a penalty. It'll be the first one of the game, of course. We're just in there. 1:45. Net empty for Toronto. Extra man on, but they lose possession. And the play is called, and here comes the first penalty.
Leafs with good jump so far early in this first period. Kadri gains a Blackhawks blue line, and then Versteeg comes in an attempt to strip him of the puck, and clearly that's a penalty. Now, the Leafs had a lot of problem in St. Louis in getting pucks deep. Randy Carlyle talked about that. He wants them to be more of a cycle team. That's a great first shift from McClement, D'Amigo, and Kuhlman.
Chicago is 28th killing penalties this year. You wouldn't believe it. A team first place.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens here. Toronto with Holland on the ice to take the face-off. Couldn't win it. So the Leafs come back, and they'll start from their own blue line. First power play of the game. And Toronto looking for the first goal of the game. As they have the extra man starting off, knocked into the zone by Riley. Coming in hard as Holland, couldn't get to it. Cleared away by Chicago's Jesus. Out and down the ice it goes. A little slow pace, Glenn, wouldn't you say, the start of power play? Coming on at center ice and dump it in. Then Healy is down between the two benches. Obviously didn't catch that question.
Sorry, Bob, I had the mute button pushed for mute. A little bit of disturbance between the two benches that Canada can't hear about.
Well, here is Phaneuf starting it off. Kadri brings it over the line. That pass is off a stick, and Chicago doesn't look like a team having trouble killing a penalty. Clearing it down the ice. No shots on goal yet by Toronto. No score. First period coming up to the 4-minute mark. Bernier in goal for Toronto. Steadied the puck for the captain. Dion Phaneuf to the line. Drops it back. Good speed coming on now as he dropped it to Kessel. He went in and tried to get himself in the spot for his shot. Phaneuf might do it for him, but he goes the other way instead. And at the side of the net, scramble, and the Chicago Blackhawks in a little trouble right there, but they get the puck along the boards. It won't get out. Phaneuf stops it, sets it up again, putting it in there for Kessel, the other side, and the shot is blocked as Franzen came in and had a one-timer, and it was blocked. Phaneuf is up there again, dumps it in along the boards. And Chicago hanging on and getting the puck out and down the ice. Just the one shot on goal by Toronto on the power play. There's no score in this first period. Lupul was bodied trying to get inside that Chicago blue line. Leddy takes over. Lost it. Oh, and a save by Ronta. Got the right pad out, made a big stop. Sharp save by the goalie. Keeping it at 0-0. Here comes Kane. Always dangerous with the puck. Great stick handler, number 88, Patrick Kane for Chicago. Blackhawks don't get much going. Three Leafs get to center ice, and the defenseman Carl Gunnarsson is up on the play with him. Raymond tried to pick it up along the boards. Blackhawks can't get organized to move it up any further than that big circle. Shot is stopped again by Ronta. Here to the line. Toronto on it. That's McClement in around the net. Looks back. Put it off the boards back to the line, and the shot is blocked. Kuhlman can't find it. The Blackhawks. Tough time moving it ahead. Gardner pinching in. It got in around the net, but Koska was there for the Chicago Blackhawks. He and Nick Leddy, the two defensemen. They don't get it out. Another shot, but a save, and a big rebound. Again, another stop by Ronta. Gardner off the line that time. Not a hard shot, but put it right on the mark. Chicago looking to be in trouble. The fans here in Toronto smell a goal coming maybe. No shot coming on that pass. The Blackhawks get going down the ice is Sharp. Took a long shot, that missed the goal. Jesus went after it. He was taken out of the play. Hyman took care of him. Shaw went around the net, can't center. Played softly to the corner by Franson up Toronto. They'll have to go in and try and find it again against Shaw. Did a pretty good job. Another penalty coming. No score. We're nearing 7 minutes of play in the first. And another power play coming up. Shaw's going for Chicago. You can tell he doesn't like the call. There's the trip. No question about that. Box for tripping.
Leafs had a couple good chances on that power play. The first one here, James Van Riemsdyk does a great play on this. He's pretty popular move with him. Tries to get it out front to Kadri. Good puck battle. And then Nick Leddy with the turnover right behind his net to Holland. He finds Raymond. Excellent chance by Ronta.
The Leafs have not had a shot against them. That's because Chicago has spent their entire game so far in their end. And how about that pass by Duncan Keith? Can you say Norris? And the seats behind me, guys, very expensive seats. It is Andrew Shaw's parents that are sitting behind me. You can tell by the sweater, 65. There we go. He's already had 3 beers already, I think, so far.
Oh, that's a great story, Glenn.
But we have a mic on Shaw, and he's an entertaining guy, and so let's see what he's got to say or sing, like potentially during the national anthems.
All right, the Leafs are getting set for their second power play. First one, they had just the one shot on goal. There's no score in this first period. 13:57 left. And as Glenn mentioned, not a shot on goal by Chicago yet. All right, big circle to the right of Antti Ranta.
Bob, the Leafs had a good job of doing what Randy Carlyle said this morning, have a short memory because they didn't like their start in St. Louis, and it's been a good start so far.
Henry kicks the puck loose. Keith is after it. Will he get there? Yes, he usually does. Successful again this time. Phaneuf leading the charge for Toronto. 2-game suspension done. First game back tonight. Kessel played it up for Kadri. Dropped it to the line. The long shot comes off the boards and back and stopped by Phaneuf at the blue line. And then he lost it. It was cleared out of the zone by Kruger of Chicago. Kessel made a good move. And another to let Phaneuf loose. Got it in off the boards. It hit the back of the net. Kadri couldn't find the puck. Cleared along the boards by Chicago. Taves got it out. He's fast. Coming in. He's going to get a shot. And that's stopped by Bernier on the short side. Chicago's first shot by the very dangerous Jonathan Taves.
You have to make quick decisions when you're playing a fast team like the Chicago Blackhawks, and that's what Franzen does right there. He pinches at the worst possible time, and away Jonathan Taves goes, and he gets an excellent scoring chance right here. Jonathan Bernier, of course, read that he's going 5-hole. But Franzen's got to make a smarter play on that.
Face off in the big circle to the right of the Toronto goalie now. Chicago wins it, and Bernier makes another stop, puts it back in play quickly to Jake Gardiner. Gardner starts off. Takes a look around. He sees Holland going. He carries the puck in, drops it back to Raymond. Centering pass near the line, ends up in the stick of Gardner. In again, and at the side of the net, what a chance! Score! Holland was right there, and nobody could move on him before it was in the back of the net. Power play goal. Toronto leads 1-0.
Excellent puck movement by the Toronto Maple Leafs on this power play. Now what I like about this play, they get the puck down low quickly. Lupul's going to be off to the right of Ronta. Here's the pass, it just slides out. Oduya stops the first pass across to Holland, but Lupul gets the puck and quickly right back to Holland. Ronta has no chance on that. He's playing the first play by Oduya where he intercepts that pass.
So, second power play of the period for Toronto. They're ahead in the game. Good skating. Jerry Domingo got the puck high off the glass. That was deflected out of play.
This could be a penalty here, guys. The puck is batted from the air into the crowd. This is an unfortunate one for Chicago Blackhawks, it's not really the spirit of what the rule is all about, but it's been the penalty parade for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Now they're arguing, Glenn, and I thought it hit something before going out, and maybe those Chicago players are wrong, and I am with them.
Hey, I'd argue it too. So here's the play. Was he in the defensive zone? And that would be his argument.
Yeah.
His skates aren't in the defensive zone when he hits the puck. So Koska's got good issue to complain. The first goal, though, Kelly, what I saw from the Maple Leafs, great entry into the zone. If you can get in, you've got an extra man, you get your chance, they put it to the back of the net.
Leafs win the draw. What a great start for Toronto. They have a goal. This is their third power play, and they have control inside the line. Holland plays it back to the blue line. It was he who scored for the Maple Leafs. Tries it again. But that went through the crowd right to Ranta, and he holds on.
This is a great start for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is one with a lot more energy. They played really poorly. As Randy Carlyle said in St. Louis, they're brain dead. Well, they're certainly not brain dead this start.
Holland's fourth goal of the season. He's played well for the Maple Leafs. Wins this faceoff too. Gets the puck along the boards and leaves it. Raymond played it back to the line. Leafs line up for another shot. Gardner ends it off. He stays open back there. They go deep with it. Finally skating back near the line, nearly intercepted, but Lupul kept it in. Played in off the boards by Riley. Leafs try to set something up. They're on bad angles for any kind of a shot. After it is Holland. Puck is played across the line. That long shot doesn't reach the net, hit a leg. Lupul got it back again. Here's Riley galloping in, plays it back. The shot, big rebound is cleared away by the Chicago Blackhawks, and it barely gets out. But the Leafs come close to getting their second goal, and they're coming on hard again. Led by Raymond over the line, shoots it in behind the net. To it first is Oduya. And Chicago Blackhawks will dump it to center ice, and a chance coming down for Jesus. Gets the shot away. It was high. Bernier looked around, but he has it and hangs on.
Ranta putting on a pretty good show. He's already faced 8 shots. I don't think anybody's really surprised by the success he's having. Take a look at all the Finnish excellent goaltenders in the National Hockey League right now.
Well, let's just show a little bit of his work then, Kelly. Tracks the puck pretty well, controls the rebound. Mission accomplished.
Franzen for the Maple Leafs behind his own goal. Starting up, 34 seconds left in the penalty. Leafs charge in. Kessel drops it back, electing to drop it back instead of going, and he seemed to have a bit of room coming down the left side. Phaneuf, line pass, got ahead. Phaneuf got it again on a skate. Couldn't control it to get a shot, and it's cleared by Chicago. Penalty time down to 13 seconds. 2 shots on goal for Toronto on the power play this time. Might get one more. They get the center, and Kadri brings it in, hands it off, and Kessel couldn't find it. Hit a stick all right, but he couldn't control it to get a shot away, and the penalty is done now with those 2 shots registered by the Maple Leafs. But it's still just 1-0 Toronto. Jesus' shot stopped by Bernier, got to the boards. Leafs in a little trouble now after failing on that power play. Not doing much really in the way of causing any moments that would be anxious for Ranta. It's cleared off the boards to center and down the ice. Halfway mark coming up. First period, 4 seconds. Whoops. Play goes right on. No call on the hit at center ice. Koska played it back in over the Toronto line. Shaw tried to get in after it. He's covered. Gets loose. Going in after the puck along with Saad. Saad batted the puck away. Maple Leafs now on their heels. Centering pass, and Shaw thought the puck was coming to him. It hit something just before it got to his stick, and he was wide open. Still 1-0 Toronto. Blackhawks bring it in. Not getting much luck. Fanning on that shot was Saad, and he was open. Seabrook goes the other way to his partner and gets it back. Seabrook to center, sets it up beautifully. Pass cut in there for Taves. Dumped in wide of the net. Keeping it in is Brent Seabrook as he came up. Sharp behind the goal, trying to dig it out. Maple Leafs get the puck near the line, is batted down, and Holland took over and dropped it back to Gardner. Tried to set him up again as he came from his own zone, but it got all the way back to Francis. He had no place to go, just got rid of it. Lupel was up there, didn't get to him. Now the Leafs get the puck in over the line. Peter Holland skates in there after Keith. The defenseman played it ahead of him. Got it up to the blue line. Hjalmarsson batted at the puck. It got near the line. Away they go. Versteeg brought it up over the blue line. Hands it off on the right side. Kane was stopped. Couldn't get anywhere. And now Handzus to Kane. Behind the goal for Chicago. They're covering him well. And they should. Flipped away to center ice. Andrew Kane, 42 points. Leads Chicago in scoring. That's an icing call against the Blackhawks.
The weather outside's a little frightful. I bet you there's some collisions on the road. Let's take a look at a collision here. Kuhlman, Shaw, and it could have easily been a penalty. In my opinion, it was a penalty. Goes undetected. I need some of those shovelers, Bob, to shovel my car out between whistles.
Well, lots of snow falling today in Toronto. They say it's going to continue for a while overnight and then move east.
I can tell you it's one thing, it's a hard thing to get a taxi to in this city with this snow. I experienced it this morning.
Well, the Leafs have the only goal in the game so far, scored by Holland, his fourth on a power play. 7-14. Kane for Chicago. What a beautiful hockey player. Great stick handler. A pleasure to watch him. He's got 17 goals so far, Glenn.
Well, he's the hottest player on the planet. 14 points in the last 7 games. But when Chicago takes penalties, look at his body language. He doesn't kill penalties. So in the first 9 minutes of this game, Chicago takes 6 minutes in penalties. He sits beside me. That doesn't make him dangerous. And there's his first shift after sitting for almost 4 minutes. So as Chicago takes penalties, and you know who sits. Crosby has just scored, so we've updated the stats.
The puck is shot into the Toronto zone, and the goalie, Bernier, came out to steady it. And the Leafs don't take advantage of that, although it was tipped at center, so no icing. And Koska had to hurry back. And he figured out there'd be no icing on the play. Warren didn't get very far. Koska comes back again for Chicago. Dangerous pass, that one. Got away with it to Nick Leddy. Got it through to center ice. Saad brought it in for the Chicago Blackhawks. Here's Morin. Takes a shot from the sharp angle. It's loose there for a second, and Bernier got his mitt down on it, and he hangs on to it. No further play.
Pretty dangerous shot from the off wing with Morin. He's going to attack the net right here with Shaw going right to the front of it. Morin just quickly turns, spins, and tries to go 5-hole again on Bernier.
Look at the blue sweaters back, though, guys. The mandate for sure from the Maple Leafs is you better back check. We need to have all 5 guys defend this solid offense that Chicago brings every night, and they're doing it.
Sharp takes the face off of this. Taves hosts the line. Gunnarsson played it away from the danger area. Toronto on the move again. Jerry D'Amigo got it in deep all right, but Oduya was aware of that, and he got back fast. Hjalmarsson shot the puck ahead. Blackhawks come on. Dumped in by Hossa. Ricochets off the boards. Taves read it well, but then couldn't pick it up. And the Leafs had no place to go, so just cleared out of the zone by D'Amigo. 6:35 left in the first period. At the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. Leafs are ahead 1-0. D'Amigo tapped it in, signaled to change him up for the Maple Leafs. As Seabrook comes on for Chicago. Right through the middle with a pass. That's knocked down to the Leaf line. Cantley tried to feed it in to a speedster whose name is Kessel, and it didn't get to him. Blackhawks back with Duncan Keith. Lost it. Toronto forechecking well. Right in front of the net. Here's another shot by Kessel. He nearly got a third. 2 big saves by Rada. He stayed with him the whole way on his skates and waited for the shot to hit his pads. Henry takes the pass, throws it ahead. No return was given, and Chicago in control again. 5:45 remaining in the first period. The Blackhawks come on, led by Hjalmarsson. All the way with it, got up over the line, dropped into Kane. The shot way wide of the net on the short side. Going to be stopped at the line, though. Golfed ahead by Oduya. Gardner missed it. It came around the net okay, but the Blackhawks are on it in there, causing problems for the Maple Leafs. Again, a centering pass. Didn't work for Patrick Kane, who was coming on. And wait a minute, we're going to get a penalty to the Toronto Maple Leafs now. A slash with a broken stick, the evidence. And when we come back, Chicago will be on the power play.
Back, the Toronto Maple Leafs find themselves shorthanded for the first time this game. Peter Holland, a 2-minute slashing penalty. He is in the box. Chicago goes on their first power play. And time now, of course, for our Subway bio. First, let's though show you the penalty to Peter Holland. There's the slash, and the evidence is the broken stick in the hand. And Mike Koska, a great story of resilience as he returns to Toronto, our Subway bio tonight. This is a great story, guys. 28-year-old undrafted, goes to Chicago, scores his first NHL goal against Toronto earlier this year. We'll have more on that in just a matter of moments. Let's get you to the power play, though.
Chicago 4th in the National Hockey League on the power play, and nearly got a great setup by winning the faceoff in that big circle. Couldn't get a shot, though. So they're back in their own zone and starting up. The all-star defenseman, Duncan Keith. Coming in hard is Sharp. Right in front of the net. Gunnarsson couldn't get it all the way out, but he made a good play clearing the danger area. Kane centered it. That's broken up, and Kuhlman dances away for Toronto. He got the center and just dumped the puck in. Good play by Kuhlman, who heads off now. And the penalty killers change up. Patrick Kane brings it on. He was hit, but he kept going. In there is Franson trying to play it along the boards. The Leafs are doing a pretty good job so far. Out and down the ice. Toronto's penalty killing, 27th in the league. 29 goals on 127 attempts. Another penalty coming up in that Chicago zone. Another trip.
Mason Raymond was after Leddy. Thought he was going to strip him of the puck. Here it is right there behind the net, and he just gets a stick into the skates, and that's going to be a 2-minute penalty.
Well, what I expect would be maybe a timeout here, because Kane has just come off the ice. He creates something every time he's on, but a little bit of fatigue. Maybe. Are they up for a 5-on-3 here?
No,
and it's a long one.
They're going to call the timeout. Good for you, Glenn. That's exactly what has happened.
Did they listen, Bob?
Take your game to the next level with Hockey Night's Second Screen. Interact and compete for prizes. Be a part of our broadcasts. Join us at cbcsports.ca/second screen.
These are not easy games for the Toronto Maple Leaf goalies when you've been getting pelted and under siege most of the season, where you face a lot of shots. Bernier so far has only faced 6 shots from the Chicago Blackhawks, so it's a real challenge to stay in this game mentally. Excellent save right here, though. Good hard push to his right, gets across. Everything about that is pretty good positionally. This is from the LASIK MD net cam. Terrific shot of it right there. Great work by Jonathan Bernier.
Now the first penalty has 58 seconds remaining, and now this one. Raymond for tripping, 15:45. The time and the face-off with 3 defenders in front of the goalie in the Leaf zone. Jonathan Toews to his right is Kane. Face-off is won with nothing doing, and the Leafs get it down the ice. Duncan Keith will start it off for Chicago. Great defenseman, rushing, defending, all over the place. There's Toews. Plays it around the net. It'll roll right back to the line to Hossa. Lots of time to set it up. Stays open for a shot, maybe. Nope, side of the net. Score! It was fired at the net by Patrick Kane, all right, and the goalie wasn't quite ready. Off a skate in front of him, and he couldn't do much about it. Dion Phaneuf got his skate down, or I don't know if it was a stick or his skate. It hit it anyway and went in on the goalie.
Well, everybody in the building saw this play developing. Kane in the corner, and you know he's going to try and go cross crease because it's a smart play. And here you're going to see Dion Phaneuf stick his stick in there, thinking that in an attempt to block that pass. And there it is, and Jonathan Bernier, of course, has no chance on that one.
All the sticks are in the right spot. Kane, left-handed shot. He's got a good angle. He's going backdoor to a right-handed shot. And you knew when you took the 5-on-3 that there's just too much firepower that Chicago has. One shot, one chance, one goal.
And what's worse, the goal came with time left in the first penalty. So they're still shorthanded, these Toronto Maple Leafs, and the game is tied now in Chicago's power play. Powerful. Seabrook grazed the goalpost with that hard shot from the line. McClement picks it up and races away to center ice, and Seabrook caught him. Got the puck in on the net. Good work by Jay McClement along the boards. He still fights for it and gets it. Knocked it deep, and he gets a hand as he goes off to the Leaf bench. 45 seconds left in the second penalty against Toronto. The game is tied now, and Seabrook slams the puck in again. They're in after it. It rolls all the way back to the line. Seabrook stays open, takes the pass. Looks ahead and rolls it up the side. Back to Seabrook. Got that great shot. And it's right on for Bernier to hang on.
First power play for Chicago. It was Hossa and Keith on the point. Not bad. What's plan B? Oh, Seabrook. He's pretty good too. And this shot here just grazes the post. Chicago has not had a shot yet on these two power plays, but they have come close once and finished it once. Embarrassment of riches for Chicago.
Taves in on this face-off for the Blackhawks. McClement for Toronto. The referee over at the timekeeper's bench.
Both power plays so different. The second power play unit, shots, traffic, you've got lots of people in front of the net. And this power play unit that's on for Chicago now, all kinds of creativity. Sharp at the point, Keith at the point, and then the two big guys up front, Taves and Kane.
And I have a pretty good idea, Glenn, where Andrew Shaw is going to be, and that's going to be right in front of Jonathan Bernier, making his life difficult.
Seems we're set and ready to go. Tim Peel has his official work taken care of. Talked to both benches. I have no idea what was going on. However, the play continues. Chicago on the power play. Good pass by Sharp, and the shot misses the net. On it quickly is Taves. Looks back to the line, and there's Sharp again. This one is stopped by Bernier's stick, and the Leafs are going to clear it. Came off Sharp's stick and bounced down inside the Chicago line. 3 seconds left in the Leaf penalty. And now an icing call, so they're safe on this one as Leaf Raymond is ready to come back on. He'll be on in 1 second.
Jay McClement has done such a wonderful job on the PK for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's on the 5-on-3. That's how you kill a 5-on-3 penalty. You win the face-off and get the puck down the ice, but he has been such a special player for the Leafs this year.
Henry whipped it over here on this side. Open ice for the Maple Leafs. So the Chicago Blackhawks get going. The teams are now at full strength. 2:05 left in the period. And the Blackhawks are on the move again. Once again, Jonathan Bernier took that shot from an almost impossible angle for any hope of a goal from Kane.
Hey, this is ridiculous at full speed. Keith to Kane's got his head up. Thank you. He turned the wrong way. Morgan Riley in the lineup tonight. I don't think he's ever played against a player like Patrick Kane. As an inside-out move, full speed.
Maple Leafs can't win the face-off in their zone again. Andrew Shaw gets going behind the net with Saad out to the line. Jalmerson to Saad. Let it go, and it rolled into Shaw in the corner. But he's covered in there. Miles takes his man in on the boards. Shaw got the puck, however, knocked it loose. Riley tried to tap at it. Crowd on the boards trying to fight for it. It's Hossa who gets it loose. He wasn't allowed to go very far thanks to Lyles. And the Leafs give it away before clearing it out. Right in front it comes. Shaw went after it. Off his stick and finally cleared. Kessel. He's up there. Reach for it. Here's Kessel right in. Oh, what a pass. It bounced over the stick of Van Riemsdyk. A great-looking 2-on-1 for Toronto. The other way, Prasad centered it. Out in front of the net was Hossa. He had to back it up around the net to Shaw. He centered it. It hit a stick, came back to him. Now he gets it again and gets up to the line, and that long shot by Koska is blocked. Final minute of the first period. Hossa got back to make a good defensive move. Koska threw the puck ahead for Chicago. It's going to be another face-off in the league zone with Bernier covering up.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are not a cycle team, but they are a counterpunch team. If you give them an opportunity like here, guys like Kessel take off. This is at about 34.3 kilometers an hour, and he reaches that speed in about 4 steps. He smells it, and he's gone. Very few players can keep up with him.
That's a good luck and bad luck of hockey right there. That's a similar play that Kane scored when Phaneuf got his stick on the puck.
Face off again deep in the Toronto zone. Won by Chicago. Seabrook, quick pass ahead. Duncan around the net. 38 seconds left in the period. Phaneuf is on the puck. Hangs onto it. Gives it to Gunnarsson, and he just fed the puck ahead to center ice. Hanzus got back for Chicago, and then Raymond took it and shot it in deep. Duncan Keith was there with Seabrook on this side. 20 seconds left. Chicago with another chance. Versteeg. Shot is off the blocker of Bernier. Picked up by Hanzus. Shot it around the net. Centered right onto the stick of Kane. He takes the shot again. Might have been off the net, but Jonathan Bernier was not going to take any chances. And another face-off in the league zone.
2 ex-teammates, but once you wear another sweater, and it doesn't matter. You're going to compete. Let's watch Dion Phaneuf. Sees the numbers. Yeah, maybe you try to sell a little bit, Chris, but the referee right there, Tim Pill, doesn't buy it, and there's the conversation. You're trying to sell it, weren't you? Yeah. You were great when you played here. Should have done that to you in practice.
Patrick Sharp on this face-off for Chicago. Clement for Toronto, lost it. Keith gets a shot wide of the net, hoping somebody would tip it near the goal. Time winds down in this first period, and the shots are even at 11 apiece in the first 20 minutes here in Toronto. Goal apiece. Don Cherry coming up in the coach's corner in our first intermission with Ron. After one period, a tie, 1-1.
This portion of Hockey Night in Canada on CBC was brought to you by the Hyundai Tucson. Capability of an SUV with the fuel efficiency.
Now you wonder why there's Oh, okay. Isn't this beautiful right now? I'm anxious to get
first. Yeah.
And there's Rudolph right there, and he's crying for some reason. I was find that out. And of course, we have my 25 years, and Tim's and I 25 years of glorious Don Cherry. Isn't that gorgeous? Gee, that's a good jacket, anyhow. That's my beautiful blue. Anyhow, I want to show something right off the bat. And you wonder why there's injuries, and then I'm going to get Peluso and the other guy too. But first of all, look at this here. He just come off a 2-game suspension. Now watch this here. The guy turns. He knows it's coming. He dives into the thing. He's saying something. First that I like. But you can't do stuff like that if it had been somebody coming in and really ramming him. Now let's see the 2 hits today. Watch this here today.
Peluso.
Watch this hit. I mean, this is unbelievable to do this stuff. Bang. And I mean, look at that. Head first into the board. Guy had a little century. Now let's see the other one here. This is a beauty. Watch this on the jaw on the far side. But look, the guy is coming. You can't reach like that. You can't reach like this. And I'm not defending the guys that hit them, all right? But what I'm talking about is, in the old day, if I had a guy like that, juicy hits like that, the guy against the glass, what you have to do, take Dougie Gilmour, for instance. Dougie Gilmour and Gretzky, they never got hit. Because they had, remember Messier, a long time ago, 20 years ago, we went near the boards, we were like this. These guys are dummies. They turn their backs towards, I'm not knocking people. It's the same thing out west. They've got no check hockey for the kids coming up. It's not how to give a hit, it's how to receive it. And if you take those kids and go all the way up with no hitting, fine. But you can't put them in with guys that hit with their heads down. This is what's happening. Listen, the guy shouldn't hit them. Don't get me wrong. But you can't be dummies. What did he think? A juicy thing like that? It's the same thing as Thornton. Let's watch the thing. 15 games. Let's see it here. Watch Thornton now. He pushes him, he won't fight, or Pick won't fight, and I'm going to get into that later. But watch Thornton. He could have hit him with a stick here. I mean, this is embarrassing to watch. Look at him, the rag doll. But watch Thornton. He could have hit him. Watch. He was going to, and he didn't. If you let on, he was going to. Now, let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about Orpik. I talked about it. You're going to give a hit like that. That was a clean hit. He did hit his head. It was a mean hit. If it hadn't been somebody out, here's a kid just come back from a concussion, and he runs in like that. And Orpik's going to run and hit a guy like that. He's got to pay the price. He's got to step up if you're going to act like that and then fall down in the whole deal and not step up. Thornton got 15 games. I think it was too much.
First of all, you've heard a lot of people say Orpik doesn't have to take that fight.
I don't care who says that. That's politically correct, saying stuff like, I'm telling the real world what goes on. If you hit like that and you act like that, be prepared, somebody's coming. And it's too bad that Thornton got it. I don't know why he did that. I can't say it. And I think 15 games is too much. I thought 10 was good. And I feel
reminds
sorry.
me of when Dave Brown got Thomas Sandstrom way back when you and I started.
In New York.
The situation, he's in the perfect storm here.
Yeah.
We're all worried about headshots, you know.
Perfect. You're absolutely right. You're right on the money. Neil kicks a guy in the head. He just got caught in a thing. If it had been in L.A. and everything like that, but it's the Bruins, Pittsburgh. 15 games, I thought it was too much. Anyhow, that's the way I feel about it. Orpik, I feel sorry he's got a concussion, but if you hit like that, be ready.
Last thing on that, Don, because it does appear you're not able to settle these things with a fight now, and you're concerned they're going to go at Crosby or somebody's going to go at a superstar.
Well, what's going to happen? You're right. I talked about you. What's going to happen is, and I hate to see it, it was around for about 4 or 5 years. You hit our star, and Erickson's pretty good. You know, he's one of the guys. We're going after Crosby. And that's wrong. I never, ever went like that. If you hit one of our stars, we went after the guy to hit him.
So what does Brendan do? Does he say proclamation?
10 games would have been all right.
No, but I mean, do you think he's got to say from here on going forward?
Look, I hate to do this. I'm not going to get to anything. All my beautiful things. You know what I'd do? I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd say, look, we're lighting the slate clean. Next guy that runs a guy like Peluso. The next guy, now you all been warned. You've been all warned. The next guy like Peluso runs a guy like that, you're going to get 20 games. 20 games, and that's it. And then we'll see what happens then. I think 20 games would really, but be all warned, you can still hit, but you can't run guys from behind. And don't be dummies facing the boards. Come on.
Brian Burke.
Brian Burke, okay. You know, I don't understand this. I thought Calgary was playing great. They won their last 2 games. They're a gritty club. If you want to fool around with them, McGrattan will take care of you. Stajan has come a star. I mean, all of a sudden, what did they think? They were going to make the playoffs? I mean, I thought everything was going good, and it's no surprise what happened. I'm not going to get into it. I could say a lot of things, but I don't think it was John and Jay. I don't think they should have been twisted in the wind, but that's the way. It's a cruel world, and that's the way it goes. I like the way Calgary was playing.
So you think Hartley will keep his job after this year?
Oh, yeah, well, the way they're playing good. Is that it?
No, do you want, how much we got, Mike? 1 minute, so we really don't have time. Well, let's show the Vancouver shift because they're coming up against Boston, and you wanted to talk about the Bruins and the fourth line for the Canucks and this line that absolutely dominated first shift last night.
Terreri, I really like this line. Watch this shift here we got, and Higgins and Kessler. This is the first shift, so the Bruins, you better be ready. And how about the Bruins? Injuries, suspensions, flu, and they still keep coming on and winning. That's the old Bruin tradition, boy. They don't quit. Most teams would have get, have guys hurt and suspension, flu's running through it. But look at this shift here. So the Bruins, you better be ready because Vancouver can hardly wait, I'll tell you.
Hey, this is a gift from Jonathan Taves. It's sensational. See this jacket? I have a note here. Hey, Don, great program I'm working on with Canadian Tire called We All Play for Canada. Canadian children involved in the great game, and he's got the story behind that jacket, but we can't give it tonight.
Why?
It's going to be revealed on the commercials that Jonathan did that are terrific, and it'll be during the Sochi Olympics there. But I think it might have something to do with you got too many men up your sleeve. Don Cherry, Coach's Corner, Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Coach's Corner on CBC. Brought to you by Budweiser Red Lights. Bringing buds together, one goal at a time.
Power play striking in the first period. Patrick Kane and this man Peter Holland opening the scoring, and a much better start for you guys. Your coach was not pleased with Thursday's performance. How did you guys get off to a better start tonight?
I just thought we had a good day yesterday at the rink, get mentally prepared for this one. And I thought we came out really well there. Obviously capitalized on the power play was nice, and we just got to keep going, keep building off it. Yeah,
and you were the guy who capitalized on the power play, and Loops found you back door.
Yeah, Loops made a great play there. Mason put it down low to him. He saw me open in the back, just happened to get it through to me on the second try there, and was lucky enough to put it in.
All right, best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, Ron.
David, thanks kindly. It's Studio 42 with you.
By People's Jewelers. People's is the diamond store. Let love shine.
One after 20 minutes. Andrew Shaw mic'd up. Take a look and a listen.
Yeah, let's get it deep, eh, Sauter? What do you say, Mo? Yeah, it's been nothing. I barely touched him. If I got the puck, should have just left it then, eh? Yeah, he said he didn't even hit me there. Son!
Great stuff from the Belleville native, Andrew Shaw. Of course, his parents here as well. Let's get it up to the booth now. Bob Cole, Glenn Healy, as well as Kelly Rudy. Second period action. Bob.
Yep, that's coming up. We're tied at 1. And the center ice, Taves knocked it right back to the Maple Leaf blue line. O'Sullivan comes up after the puck in the Chicago zone. On the side of the net, the pass was made all right, but nobody was there, just Hossa. Keith starts him off. Seabrook the rest of the way. And that's an icing call against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, the big concern was if you're going to play against Chicago, keep them out of your zone. They have too many weapons, and the Leafs did a really good job. Only 7 minutes for Chicago in the offensive zone. All they got was a 5-on-3 goal. Right before the 5-on-3, okay, Taves, Kane, and Hossa. I don't know. My investigative reporting says, is there an illegal stick somewhere on that ice? You have a power play 5-on-3 stick? I don't think so.
Face off. Results in Chicago getting control of the puck. And Hossa takes off. Got up over the line okay, and then ran into a bit of trouble. The Maple Leafs pick it up quickly. McCummins brings it on. Rink wide pass doesn't quite work. However, they carry on. Right in front, they score! Jerry D'Amigo got the rebound and poked it home early in the second period. And the Maple Leafs lead 2-1.
A sloppy start to the second period for the Chicago Blackhawks. They give up the blue line too easily right there. Then Duncan Keith just lets his player, D'Amigo, slide in behind him. Tough shot by the Leafs right here. Kuhlman that Ronta lost sight of, just got sight of it at the last second. That's why there's a juicy rebound.
Going to the net quickly, and that paid off for him. That's his first career goal.
How sweet is that? Dion Phaneuf tried to track that puck down for the youngster.
And here comes another youngster. Riley for the Maple Leafs poked it ahead. The 19-year-old was up there to stop it again. Number 44 for the Maple Leafs along the boards. Backhands the puck in deep. And the Maple Leafs are changing. Chicago a chance to move quickly. They're doing that. Passed up there by Versteeg. Toronto back to pick it up in their own zone. Away they go. That long pass down the ice by Holland. It'll be Nick Leddy for Chicago. Rubbed out along the boards. Maple Leafs get the puck. Good start here in the second for Toronto. Good hustle by the Maple Leafs. The backhander right to Ronta. And he hangs on.
Well, the Maple Leafs have got HBO in the house. They're all over the place 24/7. There's one of their cameramen, Fraser McLaren. No, not really, but having some fun. There's D'Amigo there, just a little bit of interview, and so that's one of the talents they have, and here's another one. Again, this is all about speed, tracking pucks, no flyby there, and that's as good as it gets.
Kuhlman and Gunnarsson assisting on the first career goal by Jerry D'Amigo. 36 seconds. No, make that 42 seconds into the second period. Kessel ripped the pass in there quickly and hits for the net. He tipped it right at the goalie Ronta, who stayed on his skates again and made the save. Kessel was flying. Toronto looking sharp to start this second period. Puck stopped at center by Kruger of Chicago, put in high. Reaching was Bernier, and he hangs on.
This last scoring chance by the Toronto Maple Leafs really showcases Phil Kessel's speed. Now he's going to just dish it off right here, and then he is just going to beat Johnny Oduya to the front of the net. That is terrific, simple hockey right there by Phil Kessel.
Hey, look at the play by Kadri right after it, too. Not only was Kessel on his horse, but Kadri was on his horse. It's very similar to the D'Amico goal. Or just good speed, want the puck more, and you beat the white sweater to the rebound.
Face-off comes right to Riley, and he feeds the puck ahead. These don't quite get organized, so it's pounded in near the goal. Brandon made sure and turned it away. Chicago on the move, led by Jeremy Morin. Up over the line with an attempted shot from the boards. Easily blocked. Right back to the line it comes, and that long shot by Koska was stopped. The Leafs get it out. There goes Holland. He's in on goal, right in. Shot is high, and Rana makes the save again. Good rush by Peter Holland. Good skating to break away. The other way for Saad now of Chicago. Shaw was in front of the net and just missed it. Saad takes it again in the corner. Backhanded a pass over near the net. Shaw on it, centered, comes all the way to Keith. He loves to shoot into the crowd, and he does. That's blocked. The other side, Seabrook's shot is deflected high off the glass. Chicago turning it up a notch now. Inside that line, played off by Saad, shot on goal. Another rebound right there, but steered wide of the net. Holland is back to cover up for the Maple Leafs. Doesn't do much with the puck. Duncan Keith stopped it. His pass, though, came outside the line, intended for Seabrook. Gives it back to Keith. Whipped the pass ahead to Kane. Trying to get inside, but he can't do it against Domingo. Leafs lead 2-1 on Domingo's goal. Onside, barely at the line. The linesman says the play continues. Keith shoved a pass over here. Versteeg goes the other way with it. Chicago, dangerous looking, coming in. The pass by Kane was intercepted and shot away and down the ice. The Leafs want to make a change. Seabrook was back with Duncan Keith. Right to the middle to center ice, that pass. Patrick Kane turns back to Keith, who came up there. He dropped it. They're all together, this crowd. Coming in is Kane, right in. Nice save by Bernier as Kane broke through. Beautiful passing between the two of them. Duncan Keith, the other guy. Now Koska comes back for Chicago. He brings it on right to the middle with his pass. Back in over the line is Marian Hossa, trying to get to the net and could not do it. And the Chicago Blackhawks from the line, tipped near the side of the net and just missed. Dumped ahead, the Maple Leafs get it to center. Hjalmarsson covered up for Jonathan Toews. Now they're in on it. Hossa has to run a big though to get there. And the captain for the Maple Leafs got there ahead of him, but they don't clear it out. Scrambled for it, knocked down in front of the net and in the goal, but it's going to be waved off. Immediately waved off by the ref skating around the net. He saw it all the way and called it quickly.
It's a bit of a strange one. The puck went back to the point. Then Riemsdyk couldn't corral the puck along the boards. So the puck up in the air right there. And then it hits Dion Phaneuf's stick. That hits Hossa's hand. And then on the way down, it hits Dion Phaneuf's stick. Right here, Glenn. I'm not sure if you could see that.
That's the right call, though. You can't propel the puck into the net with your hand, even if it goes off a defender.
Right. That's a play we don't see very often, do we? Let's take a look at the overhead. It confirms exactly what the Hossa batting the puck, and yes, it sure does right there.
Knocked down by the glove hand, off Phaneuf's stick, into the Toronto goal, waved off immediately.
Enough reaction now. He's talking about Hossa with the hand batting the puck.
You've had some crazy plays around the front of the net. The last sequence around the front of the net, Andrew Shaw was in front. That's a clear test case for why you should wear a visor. Shot from Seabrook here, and it is going about 100 miles an hour and just misses him. I mean, he has no chance of getting his hands up to defend himself on that play.
Tim Peel was the referee. I was trying to say right behind the net, and if we ever get another look, you'll probably see him wave his arms right away, immediately. Stands, of course. There's Mr. Peel. He made the call, telling everybody here in the building and you at home, no goal.
Pretty good reaction by Tim Peel, because that was pretty tough to see. Right away.
Yeah. Same with the kicking motion. If you kick a puck and it goes off a defender, doesn't count as well.
Okay, so no goal. That means the score stands at this point, nearing the 5-minute mark of the second. Toronto 2, Chicago 1. Toronto passing the puck well. That's tipped into the zone by Fraser McLaren. Blackhawks all back. That high pass is knocked down. Shot by Morin way high. Off the boards, right back to the line it goes, and Kruger shot it behind that lead net again. That won't help. The youngster looked very confident that time. Riley getting the puck ahead by skating hard and getting rid of it when he saw a little trouble coming.
Talk about skating, Bob. The Leafs really have it going. Domingo scored his first NHL goal by skating. Kessel had a chance. Now Holland uses his speed right here on Koska, and or Raymond rather, just forces Koska to turn and chase. And it's awfully difficult when you're chasing a guy as fast as Mason Raymond.
Andrew Shaw on the faceoff. Good ahead, Morin behind the goal. Then his partner got it out to the line where Keith made a good move and took a shot that's deflected wide of the goal. Lyles tried to clear. Second chance for him, didn't get it out. Here's Shaw, that shot is right on. Bernier in good position, as you goalies say, and I've got two working with me tonight, square to the shot.
Oh, you know who else is working tonight, Bob? It is Patrick Kane. I mean, the skill level is exceptional. I used to work on this all the time. Kelly, you did too. And then you look at him in warm-up. I mean, it's just like it's on a string. Thanks for coming. He's been on the ice for 8 minutes and 10 seconds. I can tell you this, no matter what, you can't lose sight of where he is on the ice. He is stealth-like.
Taves went after the puck after Chicago won that face-off. Duncan Keith stopped it at center, and he gets it again. Backed up a little bit. His partner Seabrook. These are two great defensemen for Chicago. Off the boards, in deep again. Gunnarsson for the Maple Leafs is on it. Two Blackhawks are checking him. He fell to the ice. Sharp got it loose and played it back. Osik came close, but close doesn't count. And it's all the way back to the Chicago line. Seabrook fed it ahead. Sharp missed it. The goalie stepped out of the net. Bernier to play it over here to Phaneuf. Deon Phaneuf on the boards. Down the ice it goes. Oduya lost it, and the Maple Leafs take advantage. That's McClement coming in. Tried to center it. Deflected wide. Phaneuf was up deep on the play, and he just shot it blindly near the net. It missed the goal. Kept in by Riley, and he fed it behind the net. Dangerous looking passing by Toronto in there. Kessel got it back to the line. Here's Riley. Shoots. That stop. Crowd in front of the net on that shot. The Leafs are on it in there. Kessel centered and missing it, coming on hard. Just in front of the net was Lyles, who came off the blue line. Henry with the puck. Henry with the pass. Not a good one. And the Blackhawks get it out and down the ice easily. But an icing call is made against Chicago. The Leafs are coming on strong. They have the lead 2-1.
Marian Hossa is just an amazing hockey player to watch. Every time I watch him, I'm just thrilled I get a chance to see his body of work. Great puck battles down low right here with his line mates Sharp. And then there's this great defensive play in his own zone. Here's that puck battle win, and then just a give and go. He goes hard to the net. But he's so good in his own zone, Bob.
He better be here, Kelly, because he's tired.
Holland has Raymond and Lupul. Shot is wide of the net. There goes Gardner. He fed it in behind the goal, and Raymond couldn't pick that up. But they stayed close to it, and Raymond did get the puck. Shot sharp angle by Holland. Stopped by Ronta. And finally, the Blackhawks get going with Kruger. Skating the center. Playing it in on this left side was Boley. Gardner back for the Maple Leafs. Comes out of the zone with a pass. That was tough to receive down the far side by Mason Raymond. So Chicago get it back down the ice. Gardner fights for it. Got it loose. Lupel on the boards. Nice move by Lupel, but he didn't lose Jesus, who stayed with him, made a play. And then Bernier had to stop the shot from the blue line. 12-13 remaining in the second. And the Leafs are...
Welcome back to the Air Canada Center, 2-1 Leafs. And a great story and a nice return is Mike Koska. Grew up about 20 minutes from here near the ACC, and he had a chance to meet up with some of his teammates this morning. Had a chance to have dinner with some of them last night. And, you know, they're having some fun times as well with some of his former teammates. A good laugh. Koska's a good story, guys. Played for 6 different AHL teams. Grew up a Leafs fan. Said he was a huge Sundin fan. He's actually shooting left there on that picture on the left, but he actually shoots right now in the National Hockey League. Signed as a free agent by the Hawks in the summer. Earlier this year, he scored his first NHL goal against the team he grew up cheering for, the Toronto Maple Leafs. As a 13-year-old, cut from his AAA team in Ajax, had to switch leagues, and he never gave up. Played U.S. college. Had a many-year stint in the AHL, and now here he is in the NHL. Bob?
Shots are 17-15 for Toronto. Chicago, though, on the move. The pass in front of the net was took by a stick, got wide. And after it is Patrick Kane. Lost it to Franzen. He poked it ahead. The Leafs get it up the center, and Kessel nearly got in. Put himself offside, really. How to talk about the Leafs being outshot just about every night. Well, things are kind of coming around the other way, and they're playing the best team in the National Hockey League right now, I think, Chicago Blackhawks, and they're out shooting them. Pretty good.
Absolutely very good. Not giving them too much respect, that's why. And you see a lot of examples of that by Toronto tonight, that they're playing their own game. Doesn't matter who they're playing.
Had a tough loss against LA, and again they outshot that team.
That game,
in St. Louis.
They played really well against LA, Bob.
Yes, they did.
Even though they lost.
Toronto having to come back with Chicago attacking. Franzen saw the puck go by everybody out and down the ice. Keith back to pick it up for Chicago. Turns quickly. Good pass ahead. They'll go right through the center ice area. Nothing doing there. Trevor. Another Smith tried to get going, was knocked down, and then on the other side, Kane checking rather close at this stage. It's outside the line again. Therefore, Keith had to play it back. Shaw poked it ahead. It's no problem for Jake Gardner of the Maple Leafs. Franzen, whoa, dangerous pass. Saad coming on, stalled, shoots. Hit a stick and went high. Auto play. Dangerous move in your own zone and giving the puck away.
You've got to be very, very careful against making plays like this. Holland's just going to head up ice, and he thinks he's going to get around Brandon Saad, but he's got the long reach. Saad does. And then Duncan Keith, boy, was this a special play right here. Instead of going for a skate when he went back to get the puck, just stop, turn right up ice, tape to Patrick Kane. That was a thing of beauty.
Saad will take the face-off for Chicago. 2-1 Toronto Maple Leafs leading the Chicago Blackhawks. Saad won it. Oduya's shot was on, but Bernier stopped that easily. Big rebound was cleared down the ice. Johnny Oduya back. Shot it the other way. Now it has to be caught by Ronta. He just hangs on. Tomorrow night at 7 on CBC TV, catch the timeless holiday classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Then at 8, Tim Allen magically takes Santa's place into Santa Claus. For our full holiday schedule, visit cbc.ca/holiday. There's the face-off won by Toronto. Riley. Crowd there at the blue line. Riley poked it ahead. Kadri shot it behind the net. In after it, Van Riemsdyk. Maple Leafs are passing it around well. Played to the line by Kessel. Ripped the shot, hit a leg. Came back to him, he didn't know it. Henry turns near the blue line. Henry elects to shoot. It was a high shot that deflected away by the goalie. Kessel played it to the corner. And Riemsdyk takes it. Got it back to the blue line, and the long shot is blocked with a big crowd in front of Ranta. Chicago will get the puck out and down the ice. Another bad pass in that Toronto zone, but Kruger mishandled it. Couldn't get it back to Smith, who was alone coming in front of the net. Kessel down over the line, getting set to drop it. He does. Right in front of the goal was Riley. The defenseman came up with him. Kessel, another good pass. Leafs can't take advantage of that, though. Phaneuf goes the other way with it, rink wide. Gunnarsson to Phaneuf off the heel of a stick. And the Chicago Blackhawks, Taves, shot it down the ice. That long pass grabbed at center ice, and here's a break coming in again. A backhander by D'Amico this time. Scored his first career goal earlier, and now he's on the puck again. He just had a great chance to get number 2. He's on the puck, twirling around in there in the corner. Is knocked down. The play continues. Crowd thought something would be called, but the Leafs are on it. And it's a dangerous-looking rush by Toronto. Played back to the line by Kuhlman again. Once more on the puck, D'Amico. Coming onto the net. Bad angle for him this time. No shot. And Sharp for Chicago comes back out. 3 of them are up on the rush. Sharp, dangerous, stick handled in, was knocked down as they play the body. It comes to the line, and Keith takes a look. Shoots it into the corner. Chicago on it. That is Jonathan Toews with the puck. Put on the brakes back there. Gave it to Hossa. Hossa is stopped. He's pinned by Phaneuf. Very well along the boards. The big Toronto defenseman covering up, and it's dumped into the zone by D'Amico, and the Leafs are changing. Now giving that line a hand for their work in their own zone against Chicago. 2-1 Toronto here in the second, with 8:14 left in this period. Seabrook pass straight ahead to Kane. He left it for Keith. Back the other side, would have been offside had he played it. The Leafs get a chance to pick it up, get organized, and get going with 8 minutes left in the second. Coming on to center with the pass. Up to Lupul, he threw it in there. Right in, score! Peter Holland gets the goal on a 3-way passing play. And a dandy passing play it was. And the Leafs open up a 2-goal lead. 3-1.
You don't often see Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook being -2 in a period, but here it is. Leafs again using that speed that we talked about. Nifty little play right at the blue line. And then just not the back check that they needed by the Chicago Blackhawks, and that's why Holland was left alone.
Oh, we talked about the last shift that Hossa had. It was a 2-minute shift. That's too long. And this one, likewise for the Chicago Blackhawks, this is too long as well. Tail end of his shift, and it's just the Leafs with a lot more energy, a lot more jump, a lot more fight the pucks.
Ah, but that was a beautiful passing play by Lupul, by Raymond, and a goal by Holland. His 5th of the season. 3-1, Toronto leads Chicago. And this Saturday night crowd on this stormy evening in Toronto. They're in a happy mood now. Kessel was in there with a shot from a sharp angle. Puck off the side of the net. Then Shaw played it ahead for Chicago on this side. Is Saad coming in on goal? And he's stopped by Bernier. Had a beautiful move to get in, get a clear shot. Chicago on it. Saad couldn't get the pass first, then got it back to the line. Drifted in there by Koska, and that's caught by Bernier. And he hangs on. Holland from Raymond and Lupul at 12:09. That's 3-1 Toronto. Shots are 6-4 Toronto in this period.
Stars having a big impact in this game. Jerry D'Amico using his speed right here, right up the middle, gets a good backhand try, just fires it a little bit high, but a good puck battle with Koska right here, and Koska gets an upper hand on this one here, but good effort by the youngster.
Well, you're right, Kelly. I mean, you look at the star power that Chicago has, and it's 2 guys that were in the minors a month ago that have been the difference makers for Toronto. Holland with 2. 3 weeks ago, he was playing somewhere where no one was watching, not a full house in Toronto like tonight.
Kessel tried to get the puck and did not. Chicago attacking on the Maple Leafs, having won the face-off in there again. And it's Andrew Shaw with the puck coming around the net, allowed to bank it off the boards, back to the line. Oduya shot it ahead, and that's broken up. Oduya kept it in, though. Shaw comes to the net, faked the shot and lost the puck. Riley takes off. Got a pass away. That doesn't work. Back in for Kane. Coming to the net. Shoots. Scores! Patrick Kane coming in there, and he took his time and looked for the opening. And he found it. 3-2 Toronto.
Johnny Oduya kept this puck alive for the Chicago Blackhawks. So right at the point right there, just throws it in, and Shaw loses the puck. Now Riley thinks he can head up ice, so he's going to head man the puck. Good play by Jomerson, though, to read that play and just push that puck ahead to Patrick Kane.
Well, it's been 3 or 4 shifts where the Leafs have turned the puck over. You've got to be aware of the score, the clock, and who you're on the ice with. And you cannot turn it over against Patrick Kane.
He made a beautiful play. He knew he was going to come close to scoring, if not scoring. He did the latter. And it's a 1-goal game now. Chicago fighting back. So they get the zone by dumping it in, but right to Cody Franson, he couldn't get the puck out. It was kept in at the line. Ben Smith did that. And he's on the puck for Chicago. Back of the net, Bonig shifted a little bit. Crowd on the puck. Taken away by the Maple Leafs. Fraser McLaren poked it up to Bodie, and he just dumped it into the Chicago zone. A change for the Maple Leafs is being made with 5:45 remaining in the second. A 1-goal game. Kuhlman tapped it back. D'Amico carries on. Got a low shot away. Partially blocked, and there wasn't much on it. Toronto in before checking. McClement played it along the boards. It got back a little bit near the line. Back into him. Sharp angle. Kuhlman scores! Kuhlman with a pass right on his tape and rifled a high shot home behind Antti Ranta. And the Leafs lead 4-2.
Now that's a way to come back after giving up a goal. This third line with McClement, D'Amico, and Kuhlman, excellent along the boards. Quick puck movement. They get the Chicago Blackhawks defenseman running around a little bit. Just nice little pass by McClement coming up right here. Spots Kuhlman, and then he just fires it behind Fronta.
Kuhlman's 4th of the season, a dandy setup. McClement and D'Amico at 14:36. A minute and 6 seconds after Chicago got close. It's a 2-goal spread again for the Maple Leafs with 5 minutes left in the second. Pass stopped at the line by Gardner. A long shot is wide of the Chicago goal. 2 stabs at it by Saab. Nothing connected. Leafs have Mason Raymond on the puck, getting it back to the defenseman, Gardner, who was pinching in. Lupel was nailed and knocked down, got back up, got it back out front. That didn't work. Saad is on the puck for Chicago and coming down. Here's Shaw going to the net. Couldn't get it to him. Poking at it, though, was Kane around the net. Penalty coming up against Chicago, as Kane was looking dangerous, rounding the net. Shaw is called right here. Little hook. So he's gone.
Major changes to the Leaf back end this morning. Ranger, Fraser, you're out. We're going to make some changes. They bring in some more mobile guys, John Michael Lyles and Morgan Riley. And what you have to be careful of is Morgan Riley, you've got to learn the players in this league and learn when it's time to not turn the puck over. He knows right away it's a mistake. Farish comes over. Okay, can't have that happen again, but a great pushback shift after it. Minute 3 later, the Leafs go up by 2.
Toronto Maple Leafs control it on the face-off, and he'll fake the shot at the line. He stays back there and wide open. So they pass it back to him. He gets set to set it up again and does a pretty good job of it. Kessel, low shot, wide, rebound right there at the side of the net. And the Leafs cannot keep it in. It ricocheted off the boards in the corner and got all the way down the ice. Cody Franson is the defenseman carrying up to the line, head up, got the pass into Kessel, flying over the line. Kessel was open, the pass went past him though, and the Leafs have time to keep it in. Franson had to hurry up to get in there. Finally, they get set up to pass it around. Van Riemsdyk shot it back in front. Kessel just missed it, and Chicago will send the Leafs back. 1 minute gone in the penalty. 4-2 Toronto. Phaneuf on the ice again and carries out. Henry brings it over the line, dumped it on the boards, fooling nobody on Chicago with that move. Shot away down the ice by Jesus. One of the great penalty killers in the league throughout his career. Toronto moving on. Crowd getting Lupul over the line, and he nearly got in for a shot. Lupul played it around the goal. It gets to Raymond on the other side. He's caught, got it out. Shot from there, scored! Jake Gardiner took the shot from the line. And Lupul got a stick on it. So, it's a second period for Toronto. 5-2 now.
Mason Raymond with great vision in the corner. He spots Gardiner at the point. This is all set up because Joffrey Lupul had great speed and power entering the zone. And then right there's that through the seam pass. There's Lupul right in front, gets his stick on it. That's terrific vision by Mason Raymond.
Now when you talk about vision, you can't see it, you're not going to stop it. That's exactly what happened here. I think Joel Quenneville thought long and hard about putting Kent Simpson in the net. Chicago plays tomorrow night against LA. And I would imagine start of the third we'd see him.
Look out, coming in to Saab again. Nearly got loose. Set up by Kane. Got in front too. At the line is Leddy. Leddy with the pass over there. That long shot didn't reach the goalie. It was blocked. As Koska drifted one from just inside the blue line. Now he plays it up to Shaw at center. They misfire, and it's back inside that Chicago line deep. Patrick Kane coming on to the blue line. Stick handling away to center. Got up there and lifted a pass over the stick into Nick Leddy, who came up with him. Kane shot it around the net on the other side. That's Saab. Side of the net pass won't work. McClement did a good job there checking his man. With 1:55 left to play in the period, the Leafs get it down the ice. Kuhlman nearly got it loose. Now he does. Shoots. Right on. Rebound. Kuhlman knocked it near the net. And Nick Leddy is there to cover up for Chicago. 1:43 left to play in the second. And the heads of the Chicago Blackhawks got to be spinning with this Maple Leaf team tonight. 3-goal spread here. But look out for Chicago coming on. At the line is Hossa. He is offside. And the play is called.
It's time for the Smirnoff Icebreaker. Why not mix a Smirnoff Caesar? Smirnoff Vodka, the official vodka sponsor of the NHL.
This McClement line with D'Amigo and Kuhlman continue to shine in the second period. Here's another good chance by Kuhlman. Let's go to the front of the net. Bronte has to make a big save on that one.
Maple Leafs get the puck up to center ice. Kessel played it to Kadri. Got in. Kadri. Shot just missed, deflected high. Over the glass into the netting, but a good pass up to Kadri, who is in full stride.
Time after time, the Toronto Maple Leafs use their speed, but what I liked about Kadri is earlier in this power play, take a look how he's going to set his target for his stick. He's always going to have the stick ready, and then gets a chance there, and then with speed once again, hits the post right here, the crossbar.
Gunnarsson back in his own zone. Little giveaway, makes up for it, grabs it, and put a high pass up to Kessel at center. Kessel gets the line, looks for somebody open, finds him, but Van Riemsdyk couldn't make the play. Kessel got it back to Phaneuf. Long shot by Phaneuf, the captain, and it was deflected wide of the net. Seabrook whacked it on the boards to Morin over there. Not out. Again, kept in. And the shot deflected the goalie without a stick. He's retrieved it now and is ready for anything that might come in. 40 seconds left to play in the second. Toronto opening up a 5-2 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks, the Stanley Cup champions of the past season.
Now there's good Kadri and bad Kadri. Tonight we've seen more of the good Kadri. Kelly, you showed a few examples. There, he wants the puck. That's a player who wants to be engaged. Shot off the bar. A few years ago, that faceoff would have gone outside. No save by the goalie, but one small tweak to the game. The faceoff stays inside. More offensive chances created because of it.
2 power play goals by the Maple Leafs tonight. Kuhlman tapped the puck off the boards in deep. Hjalmarsson around the net, had to back it up. Nearly a dangerous pass as Kuhlman was striding in there near the net. Chicago getting the Maple Leaf zone, but they're not on it quickly enough. Cleared to center. 15 seconds remaining. Another rush by the Maple Leafs. D'Amico got it in, flipped it behind the net for McClelland. Tried to center it, stop, and the Blackhawks get it to the line for Shaw to play it ahead. And this will do it as Patrick Kane is checked right up the line. And the second period comes to a close. 14-10. Toronto out shooting Chicago in that period. 25-21 overall. After the break, David Amber will have something for us. 5-2 after 2 periods. The Maple Leafs.
After 40 on Hockey Night in Canada.
Welcome back to Studio 42 with PJ Stock, Kevin Weeks, and Elliot Friedman. And actually, Kelly Rudy, who's working the game with Bob Cole this evening, will join us for the Bruins-Chicago Blackhawks game coming up. Elliot, we're going to start with the first 2 periods. Montreal at New York Islanders, and a tough development for George Parros.
Yeah, first 2 minutes of the game, his first shift, he gets into a fight with Eric Bolton. And if you listen to Mark Lee and Gary Galley calling the game, it was tough to watch. You know, you watch as Parros can't get up. His legs are rubber. He's wobbly. Finally, the Canadian Zemelin comes over to help him, and Parros goes over to the penalty box. Look at him speak to Bolton. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm okay. But the good thing that happens here is, whether it's the Montreal bench or it's the referees, they decide, you know what, you're not sitting in the penalty box. You're going off the ice. You're going to the room. He hasn't played since. And in a league where all of this is under fire right now, this is what you want to see, is the safety of the player. Even if he doesn't like it, this was the right thing to do, PJ.
You know what? This is tough because it's not a job where you get to write your own ending. You know, I kind of did this job. And all you have is your pride and your ego, and you want to prove yourself to your teammates all the time. And you play hurt so often. George is playing hurt right now, and he's at an age where he's 34 in 2 months, and it's a tough role to do on a consistent basis. And you mentioned all the stuff going on with football and the hockey and stuff. And there's a game after the hockey game. And I just hope he looks at tonight, looks at what happened to him earlier this year a couple of times, and starts to put himself in that frame of mind.
Yeah, I completely agree. And when you look at him and all that he's done in the league, as long as he's played, getting to know him, this is a guy that went to Princeton. He's a very bright guy. And I think that he'll certainly have a lot of opportunities should he decide to go in a different direction going forward, perhaps even for a team like Anaheim where he played and where he was beloved.
It's just so hard.
Yeah.
Now you just want to win that next. You just want to win it the next one. You want to win the next one. You never want to go down, ever. And you're kind of, you know, he doesn't want it to end on a note like this because he's a guy that's done it his entire career and has been one of the best.
Hey, you're a big fan of George St. Pierre.
And he's another one that there's life to go after hockey.
Just a quick comment on that game, PJ. The Canadians have now gone a game where they got blanked by LA. They got 1 goal against Philadelphia, and they're scoreless through 2 here.
Still, and not much energy there either. And I think it's a kind of a seesaw battle of not much offense both ways.
Let's flip over to the big period for Toronto there.
Well, I mean, if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs on home ice hosting the defending Stanley Cup champs, you've got to be pumped for this game. Your coach read you the riot act, and they came out ready to play. I like the stretch pass here in transition. What a beautiful play by Mason Raymond, who puts it over on a pillow for Holland. Here's a second look at it. Great job through the neutral zone. It's a tremendous breakout with speed. That's Duncan Keith, no less. Tremendous play by the Leafs on home ice. They're playing exceptionally well so far.
Ron, here's the board we showed at the beginning of the game of comparing the depth between the Maple Leafs and the Blackhawks. These are the lines from their game on Thursday night. Look at the discrepancies in goals. Well, credit to those fourth line and third line players for Toronto. Lupul's not a third line player, 3 points. Raymond, 3 points. But Holland, 2 goals. D'Amigo, 2 points, including his first 2 career points. McClement, a huge play on the 4-2 goal. Those depth guys have delivered, PJ.
I think it's because of their defense why they're doing so well tonight. I think they've, besides the obvious couple plays where Glenn and Kelly and the guys have shown how, you know, Kane's got through or Host has got through, watch on all these plays, or a lot of them, how Toronto is staying in between a Hawk player and their own goalie. They're protecting the front of their house. And it's been kind of, and Chicago's getting frustrated a few times. And it's led to Toronto getting some offensive opportunities out of this. But it's they're staying in front of their net, blocking it, and it's not only in front of in their own zone, it's all over the ice. Everywhere there's a Hawk, there's a Leaf attacking him, putting pressure on him, and doing so, staying on that defensive side. And it's led to some great offensive opportunities coming out of their back end.
Got to go to break. Our Christmas tree is injured. That's a development I wanted to apprise you of. The Stanley Cup on top of our tree. Oh, we don't have time to show that. I'm sorry.
There is a new goalie for the Chicago Blackhawks, and I mean new. 21-year-old Kent Simpson from Edmonton. He's 6'2". He's now playing in his first National Hockey League game. It's a 5-2 Toronto lead. That's why the goaltending changed.
What an exciting time. Glenn, I know you remember your first National Hockey League game. Mine was under similar circumstances where the goalie in front of me started, didn't finish the game, and I came in relief.
I was the exact same way, Kelly. And you think about it, 2 years ago, this kid was in the East Coast Hockey League playing for Toledo. I was in Toledo as a pro for about a week, and I wanted to forget about it as quickly as I was there. It was a horrible experience. But he was actually the top goaltender at camp. And I know that doesn't account for much, but he gets his chance tonight. They play LA tomorrow, and they traded for Jason LaBarbera this afternoon. So goalie number 4 is in the net now, probably won't be in the net very much longer.
Face-off occurs at center ice to start the third. Shot down the ice right away, and now a face-off in the Chicago zone because that's an icing infraction against the Blackhawks.
Well, Glenn, like you and I, Mr. Simpson started in the minors, and I think that's a good place for him, even though he is a high draft choice, a second-round pick, 58th overall, 2010, played 4 years with the Everett Silvertips.
Chicago. Brent Seabrook on the puck, trying to hold it with a skate, not for long. Leafs get it. Raymond tossed it behind the net to Lupul. Holland was in front. He couldn't get the puck out to him, so Holland comes in to help. Lupul and Holland. Holland to Lupul. The shot, score! My goodness, your first game in your life. And there's the first shot, and it's in the net. Toronto leads 6-2.
Randy Carlyle this morning is saying that, boy, he wants Joffrey Lupul to get his game back. He's trying hard to, because what he can do is he's so good down low, good at cycling the puck. Little give and go with Holland right here, gets open, and a quick little wrister, and boy, you've got to really feel for Kent Simpson.
Oh, what I like here too, Kelly, is you don't often see a cycle shift for the Leafs. So they provide the cycle shift back of the net, and it's against the top line for Chicago, who iced the puck and weren't able to change.
That's an amazing turn of events, and you got to feel sad for that young man. Coming in, first game in the league, thrilled to get a chance here in Toronto, and the first shot, he couldn't handle it. So Lupul gets the goal to make it 6-2. That's his 10th goal of the season. Sharp shot the puck over the Maple Leaf blue line. They're in on it quickly. That is Jonathan Taves getting it back. Jalmerson the other way. Oduya shot misses the Toronto net and bounces all the way to center. The two defensemen are playing with the puck now. Jalmerson tossed it back. Oduya takes a look. Dandy pass down to the far side, and the shot is easily handled by Jonathan Bernier, and he hangs on. Lupul from Holland and Raymond, that scoring play at 28 seconds to start the third.
Guess who's back? And it's Dion Phaneuf, and he gives you the swagger and that attitude. And swagger and attitude, that would typify exactly what Joffrey Lupul is all about. He gets to a nice soft spot, good quick release, doesn't need much time. He has 2 goals, Holland has 2 goals, Kane has 2 goals. We got a race to a hat trick.
Puck is off the boards and cleared. And you know, Kane has 2 goals. He's never had a hat trick in his career. Now, is that tough to believe or what?
That surprises me. He's had 2 goals 18 times in his career, but never a hat trick. Something.
Seabrook right in front of his own goal to Duncan Keith. That is no problem. Dumped into the zone by Chicago. Back first is John Michael Lyles. He's played the puck well tonight and got it out and down the ice. Chicago taking time to pick it up and start off. Both teams making changes. Honzus thought the pass was coming. It didn't come. The shot is fired in there by Kane and stopped by the goalie Bernier. Chicago will keep it in. Not deep enough for any damage to be done. Cleared to center to Holland. Up over the line he goes. Tries to come from the corner but can't quite do it. Leaves it there, and Lupul's got a hot hand tonight. Gets it back to the blue line off his stick. Didn't quite make it. Then knocked it down the ice to Cody Franson. Good pass up to Raymond. Raymond stalled at the line. Dumped it in though, and the Leafs are going to make a change again with the puck deep in the Chicago zone. 6-2 now, Toronto. And Shaw is on the move. Made a good move. Got it back. Morin can't jam it in on the short side. Shaw went after it. Kadri has it. Lifted one out there and nearly got down to Van Riemsdyk. He collared it just outside the blue line and dumped it into the Chicago zone. Oduya was there. Saad takes it. He plays it over on this side to Hjalmarsson, who decides to join the rush. Did a good job of it by getting the puck near the net. Back to him now at the line, and his shot high and knocked down by Morgan Riley. He takes off. Took his time going to center, made the pass. It hit Oduya's stick and went out of play.
2 of the guys competing against each other. Patrick Kane and Phil Kessel will soon be teammates again. They've competed together before in the same team. Of course, Kane from Buffalo and Kessel from Madison, Wisconsin. I think, Glenn, in about a month and a half, we'll see these guys as teammates again.
And they've had conversation in warm-up, conversation during the games. So they are certainly buddies as they plan for the road to Sochi.
Osa circles the net. A tough time, but look at Duncan Keith handle the puck beautifully. He got it out. No problem. Toronto on it. Everybody lined up near center ice to make sure they don't get too far. So they're back to try it again, these Blackhawks. Taves carries on. Down the side for Patrick Sharp. Taken out of the play. Bumped there along the boards. Kuhlman watching this man. Puck loose along the board. Seabrook stabbed at it. A crowd of players after it. 5 of them try to get possession. And it'll be to the line where it's stopped by Taves. Goes rink wide with the pass. Keith faked the shot. Goes to Seabrook. Goes back to him. And let's see, offside is called. As they were ready to pound it toward the net. Offside the call.
We were talking about a couple American Olympians. Well, here's one that's going to be on Canada's team doing some things that very few guys ever have the ability to do. That is just a thing of beauty to watch from Duncan Keith. And his coach, Joel Quenneville, was telling me one of the things that he thinks he's really improved upon is he has even more patience with the puck this year than even the year that he won the Norris Trophy in 2010.
Part of picking the U.S. Olympic team is watching games live. And that's exactly why Brian Burke is here. Puts together the U.S. team.
Kent Simpson steps out of the net to make the play for Chicago. He was scored on the very first shot in his NHL career. And Toronto leads 6-2.
Peter Mansbridge in the house, and he has just come back from South Africa, where you got to think, look at a little bit fatigued here. It's okay. You did a great job covering what was a world event with CBC News. And the players are going to feel some of this as well. You know, guys that are going to come back and have 18-hour travel days to get back from Sochi out west. It's going to be very difficult.
Lupul is on the puck. Can't get a shot. He lost it to the dangerous Patrick Kane, who nearly broke away. Franson with the puck and dropped it back, and Gardner steps up quickly to center. Leafs looking more organized as the moments move on here in the third period. Holland picked it up along the boards in the corner. Lupul centered it right back to the line to Gardner. Slap shot right on. Nice save by Simpson. And knocked down and cleared by the Blackhawks to center ice. On the puck and coming on quickly his first tee. Brought it in. Shot around the net. Franson played it over on this side and down the ice again. Nearing 6 minutes of play in the third. 6-2 Toronto against Chicago. If you've tuned in late, you missed a powerful looking Toronto team against, well, a hapless looking Chicago team. Can't figure it though. Toronto started the game, played 2 periods, scored on 5 times. 6-minute mark coming up in period number 3, and the Leafs are on the puck constantly. Nice play to get him over the line from Van Riemsdyk. Back in front Kessel, didn't work. Kept in by Riley though on the other side. Kadri is after it, he missed it. Stabbing at it behind the net, Van Riemsdyk again. Good forechecking by this trio for the Maple Leafs. Kadri, Kessel, and Van Riemsdyk. The Blackhawks get it down the ice, and Lyles was back. His partner played it up the center. Van Riemsdyk got a stick on it. That line was trying to change. He's the third of them to go off. Chicago comes in with Saad's shot, deflected high into the netting. The Leafs are leading by 4 goals over the Chicago Blackhawks. Toronto, they're leading Chicago 6-2, and it's time for Hockey Night Close-Up. Brought to you by Subway Restaurants.
Ugly outside. What are these guys doing inside? Get outside and get some work done. It's been great inside for the Maple Leafs. 2 goals for Holland. He shovels that one in the net. No hat tricks for him. 2 goals for Kane tonight. Believe it or not, no hat tricks for him. The guy who's got 3 career hat tricks and 2 goals tonight, Joffrey Lupul. Who's getting their third before it's over?
Kane is on the puck along the boards and dumps it behind the Maple Leaf goal. Kicked loose by Shaw. They do get it in front, but right on it was Mason Raymond. Put it up to the blue line. It got out. Shaw got back to take it back for Chicago. Bumped on that play. It was Saad. Leafs get a break. Holland right in. Nice save by Simpson. Holland centered it. Leafs can't get it right away. Holland stays in there looking for the puck. Did pick it up. Left it for Raymond as he was checked. The Blackhawks try to tighten their grip back there, but they don't have much time to get anything going. We're nearing the 8-minute mark of the third period, and there goes Saad again. Down to the corner, and he missed the puck trying to slap it around the boards. Jumped to the line, but not out. A long shot by Koska was stopped. Blackhawks keep it in. Trying to get something going. At the side of the net again was Saad. He couldn't quite knock it down. Centering pass doesn't get in front of the net. Blackhawks play it back to the blue line. Leddy scores. The shot hit something in front. Leddy took the shot all right. It hit something before it got to the net, and it went in 6-3.
Glenn, you're asking who might of those 3 get their first hat trick? Well, Saad with the turnover right here. Lupul headman pass, and here's Holland with 2 goals already. Ken Simpson stays with him nicely. That's why Holland didn't get his hat trick.
You had mentioned, talked to Patrick Sharp at the beginning of the game, and who did he say was one of the more underrated players for the Chicago Blackhawks? Saad, and he gets the goal there. Great deflection, great eye hand.
So look out, Chicago. When you look at the score, it's a 3-goal spread, I know. But a quick goal now by these Hawks, and they've done it before many times.
You're right, Bob.
And we're into a third period. Look out.
Always dangerous.
But Clement can't win the faceoff. Chicago #1, winning the draw, getting control. Jalmerson starts them off. It's fired into the zone by Johnny Oduya. The Maple Leafs back. And here comes Kuhlman. He missed it. Gunnarsson couldn't clear it away. It bounces near the line and knocked down over there by Jerry D'Amico. He got it out and down the ice. Nicholas Hjalmarsson back around the net for Chicago. Long shot fired in wide of the net by Gunnarsson, who came up and stole it before it got cleared out by Chicago. Now the Blackhawks move on. Hossa stopped at the line by Gunnarsson. He got the puck, made the play to the far side, a little bit too far for Kessel, but he caught up to it. Kessel got a break there. It came outside the line, though, so they get back on side, and Kadri comes in. Centered into Kessel, scores! What a play by Kadri, and what a play by Kessel. So the Leafs were scored on, and now they storm back and get another goal. And it's 7-3, Toronto.
The Leafs are loving this one, aren't they? They're getting lots of scoring chances. They're out shooting somebody for a change. They're attacking the net every chance, and there's that little pass by Kadri, and you know it's that spot on the ice against a rookie goaltender playing his first ever game that Kessel's going to be shooting that on net.
Kessel for the Maple Leafs, their leading scorer, gets his 17th goal of the season. Go along with his 15 assists. So he keeps rolling along with his speed. He got in front of the net. Henry made a dandy play. Beautiful pass. Chicago on the puck. And in off the line, Posca. Bernier reached for that, stopped it, put it back in play, and it's shot down the ice. That's an icing call against the Maple Leafs, who are flying tonight on this stormy Saturday outside, but not so inside.
A season-high 7 goals for the Leafs, but shouldn't forget about the work of Jonathan Bernier. He's been excellent tonight. He's faced 26 shots of the Chicago Blackhawks, and on a rare night where the Leafs aren't outshot, he's been steady.
8:35 was the time of that 7th Toronto goal. The Blackhawks keep it in as Koska drove it to the corner. On the other side, Nick Leddy played it in close. There's Kessel again. Leafs will keep doing that now to get quick changes down the ice. Off the glass. Chicago all the way back. Halfway mark coming up in 18 seconds from now. We are in the 3rd period, and the Leafs are looking stronger as it moves on here in the 3rd. Blackhawks stymied. Oscar, Rick wide. That's broken up. No shot on goal. On the puck in there quickly and knocking it away from the danger area was Lyles. And then Riley went around the net on this side to try and get it out. Didn't do it. Stopped there by Koska. He takes the shot himself, hit the side of the net. No centering pass was made by Bolig, who was in, and the Leafs dump another one away, softly down across the Chicago line. 9:35 remaining. Shots are 28, 26 in favor of the Maple Leafs. And the crowd listened to them on this Saturday night. Go, Leafs, go. Well, they're going. They are going. Duncan Keith is back to Seabrook. Right through the middle of the dandy. Play to Host. Got it in over the line. Saad was stopped. And the Leafs get the puck out and make changes on that shoot down the ice. Seabrook played it back up over the line for Chicago. Gets a shot. Broke his stick with that effort at the side of the net and dumped away to the corner. Holland couldn't move it out, but the Leafs are going anyway. Raymond down there by himself. The defenseman Gardner touches up. He's in front of the net. Can't get the pass to him, though. Raymond wisely hangs on to it. Gets it again. Lost it in front of the goal to Johnny Oduya. He played it ahead. It's dumped away to center ice by Jonathan Toews. Back inside that Chicago line, Hjalmarsson. 8:20 left. Hjalmarsson played it away. Down to center. Moore missed that. And again, Hjalmarsson had to go back to get the puck out. Moore dumped it over the Maple Leaf blue line, and coming after it is Toews. bump back there. Anouf went down, seemed to hurt himself, but he seems to be okay, stays on. And he's there to make a play. Hurry the pass, but he's in pain by the looks of things. Standing there near the net. Now he's slowly going to the Maple Leaf bench. The captain back tonight after serving a 2-game suspension. Seemed to be shaken up in that last play. On the bench now in a little pain. 7:32 left to play in the third. Kessel again stopping the play, coming out, gets in front of the net, back to the line. Lyles, shot stopped. Chicago on it. Played away by Versteeg, down to center ice, and dumped in by Koska. Toronto 7, Chicago 3. Long play in by Seabrook. Seabrook again had to wait at center. Puck coming to him. Then he couldn't make a play. Pretty good work by Kadri. Stayed with it and whacked it deep. Play was offside though. Anouf near the net. Took a hit. Sharp hit him. He'll be okay.
Shooting Chicago, outscoring them. 2 shifts that stand out to me. When it was a 1-goal game, the Leafs responded a minute later and made it a 2-goal game, 2-goal lead. And then when you thought Chicago was close again, and they got to 3, Kessel said, sorry, now you're back to 4.
Not a lot of hitting in this game, though, really. When you look at what we used to call good, clean hitting.
No, you're right, Bob, but Toronto, really, it's not, they're a rush team, and Chicago, they're really not a cycle team either.
I think, too, you went with skill in the lineup, right? You went with, you know, Morgan Riley.
Shot is knocked down in front of the net. 6:35 left. They don't dump it away cleanly enough. Leafs had another scoring chance there a moment ago. And Chicago have to come back. Letty, a little soft pass ahead. Hanzus turns around. Now they get going. Coming back in as Kane takes a look. Tried the backhander, and he did put it on the net. Bernier was not to be fooled, though, and sliced it high out of play.
So Jonathan Toews, we know he's a fiery guy, and he tries to lead by example, and there are many of those here tonight where even though it's 7-3 favor of the Leafs, that he's not going to give up. That's a sign of a true competitor and a leader for his team. And Jonathan Toews rarely has a night off.
6:13 to go. All of Chicago will want to have this night off. Get it out of the way. They've got to hustle their way to the airport for their charter into Chicago. Bob Burry, that great writer for Chicago, was talking to me at intermission time. Said they're having snow in Chicago too, so they got to be careful about landing at the airport in Chicago. Hopefully they'll get out of Toronto, no problem. No icing, play goes right on. The Leafs make the move to get it out. Under 6 minutes remaining in the third. And Chicago coming back. Chalmers. Not a bad move to get going and fool Kadri. Dumped it in. The goalie Bernier leaves the net. Leaves it for Riley. He played it ahead quickly. The Leafs are all back and passing the puck well. Kadri got it down there. Look out. Shot is stopped by Simpson. Kadri on it again. Setting up Kessel a moment ago. He and Kessel were together on one of the Leaf goals. Not too far back in the game. A dandy passing play. 7-3. Toronto leads.
Morgan Riley learning on the spot. Boy, this is a great example of the skill that he has. Bernier sets him up just quickly. Headmans a puck, and now take a look at the Leafs. North-south hockey right there. Spread the Chicago Blackhawks out wide, and Kessel gets a good chance.
Randy Carlisle getting Smith with Bodie and McLaren some ice time now with his 4-goal lead. Up comes to Seabrook on the face-off for Chicago. Long pass, that'll get him going. It'll be Duncan Keith to center and shooting it in. Hawks are in on it quickly. Just missing it was Kruger over there. As the two fourth lines for these teams are out against each other. 4 of them battle for the puck. And the 5th comes out of nowhere to take over for the Maple Leafs. It's Trevor Smith. Down the ice for Bodie. A little bit too far, but he got up to it anyway and got a decent shot in there on the short side. Bodie stays after it. Dumped away to the line and paired back in. The Leafs had tagged up. Koska takes over and comes on. That long pass was a dandy down to Sharp. Can't get inside on Cody Franson though, and he knocked him down. Lead pass coming a little bit too far for Holland, who was behind everybody. Puck on the boards from the corner. Chicago back on it. They haven't quit, these Blackhawks, but they're down 4 goals to these Maple Leafs. We're pressing for even more. Shots overall are 32-27. And Bourne brings it in, fanned on the first attempt, couldn't get a second. So cleared back out to center ice, and Hjalmarsson just throws it ahead for Chicago. Bourne is stopped, and he heads off in a change after that. Blackhawks. Look at this stick handling wizardry. Kane, he got in and got 2 shots. Second one missed the net. First was blocked. Oduya dumped it ahead. Versteeg was on it. Right back to the line. Couldn't get loose for a shot. Hjalmarsson does. Bernier, perfect. Stop that. Shots 7 apiece in this period. Look at Kane. Is this hockey or what? In the Foster Hewitt Memorial booth in Toronto. Nice to be here, and the Leafs winning. This is Kelly Rudy with me up here in the booth, and Glenn Healy is down between the 2 benches.
Well, you never saw this against St. Louis. This sums up the night for the Maple Leafs. Lots of fun on the bench, and who would have predicted this on the scoreboard? So you get lots of joy and love and Christmas cheer in the building.
Maple Leafs control this play off the face-off, coming to center, and Raymond in over the line, a little softy into the right of the net. Simpson dumped it to the corner. Young Kent Simpson came in for this 3rd period. Scored on the first shot he faced in his career. Youngster from Edmonton getting a start for the Blackhawks. Played back to the line. Versteeg with the pass back there rather quickly, and now Kane tries to get inside. One hand on the stick. He's around the net. Kane got it out, and the shot fired by Leddy was blocked. Kane something else with the puck. Beautiful pass too. That's down the ice for Koskeda. Come back to take it. 2:05 left in this evening. There'll be no overtime tonight, folks.
I doubt that, Bob. I don't see that happening.
There is overtime in the island. Montreal and the Islanders in overtime. We'll keep it posted right here at 7-3 Toronto. Winning, going away, and Kessel doing his job back in his own zone. Played it to the corner, and it's dumped away to the line and fired ahead by Henry. That's going to be called icing. 1:33 remaining in the 3rd. Coming up later, we'll complete Hockey Night in Canada's triple header with a game from Vancouver. The Canucks take on the Boston Bruins at 10 tonight Eastern, 7 Pacific time on Hockey Night in Canada.
And I'll be a part of that studio show, Bob. I'm heading in to work with Ron, Kevin, PJ, and Elliot. So it's going to be a late night for me.
Very strong stuff.
Well, let's not get carried away.
All right, we shan't. At the line again is Kane. Lost it though. Leafs just steal it on him. And the youngster coming up from the blue line, Morgan Riley. Shot tipped wide. Kessel centered it. Blind pass, Chicago on it. That's stopped by Franson at the Maple Leaf blue line. And there's Kessel coming hard to the net. Shot is high. He had the goalie moving too. and went the other way but missed the net. Another long shot in there. We're in the final minute on this Saturday night of a Leaf victory over the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Chicago Blackhawks. First overall, mind you. There goes Saad. He'll try to get one around the net, hit the side of the net on the attempted wraparound, and Bernier smothers the puck. Monday night at 8 on CBC TV, enjoy Dr. Seuss's festive fable, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Then at 8:30, a pair of skates grant a boy 3 wishes in the magic hockey skates. For our full holiday schedule, visit cbc.ca/holiday.
Well, the Grinch from Ice Level, Bob, is going to make a point that the Leafs won tonight because of the zone time they had in Chicago's end. They did not let the Chicago Blackhawks play from their blue line end.
Chicago trying to hang on to this final puck in their own zone. And on it is Bollig for Chicago. The crowd applauding. All over the place. Applause for the Maple Leafs defeating the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. It's 7-3. We're into the 10-second countdown. The Toronto Maple Leafs defeat the Chicago Blackhawks 7-3. What a night for the Leafs.
What a rebound game for the Toronto Maple Leafs after that dud of a game in St. Louis where they didn't have much going on at all. So I'm sure they're awfully proud of themselves. Now they have another big test coming up on Monday when they're facing the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I got to go back to '98, the last time that the Leafs scored 7 goals on Chicago. A real statement game. They played the Cup champs and they made them look like chumps.